Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Action-Packed Tales of Istoria, where heroes and villains are made. Thank you for tuning into our weekly D&D web stream as we play our game of Dungeons & Dragons and make asses of ourselves. We want to give a big thank you to Riot Games for letting us use their music for free. We really appreciate it. If you are also interested in that kind of music for your own streams, or just like the music in general, you'll see the bottom right corner has a little playlist that's going through all the different songs that we're listening to and playing. And if you're interested in checking out the legal jargon as to why you can use it for free, it's in our About Us section on our Twitch page. So that all said, let's go ahead and open up to the full table where we're almost fully here. As you'll note, one of our members is not present with us. Good old Lambert's out for good reason, though. Congratulations to Katie, his girlfriend and friend of ours, for passing an exam and getting, I believe, level 10 Dungeon Master or something like that. I don't something like that. I don't remember what the exact title thing was, but it's something involving her career, and congrats to her. So, anybody want to talk about what happened last week?
I want to talk about how you called him
2 weeks ago.
Little Lambert.
Didn't I?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I like that. Little Lambert.
So, yeah. So, in lieu of Lambert being here, we have Lamb Chop instead. Hi, Lamb Chop. Thank you.
Thanks for standing.
Yeah. At least somebody shows up for the game. Anyway.
Farouk's real hard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Okay.
For more than 4 hours.
Yeah.
See a doctor.
Really
See a shaman.
Right. See it
Got
coming.
a bit of a
Posted that.
That was me. Yeah.
See shaman.
Yeah, because it was Old
Orc
Orchard.
hard.
Yeah, Old Orchard with Orchard being bisected to Orc Hard. It was
You're
great.
really concentrating on getting yourself firmed up, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, Daruk got petrified.
We're going to have to get the...
Yeah, right.
We're on our goblin energy tonight. Oh, jingle, jingle.
It has been a couple months, you guys, so a little... I said it's been a couple months.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant like since something, and I was like,
just a couple
I was like
months.
rewinding my head. I'm like, I don't know.
A year.
Yeah.
It's gonna bang a ring.
But yeah, so Daruk got turned to stone during a little bit of a hag fight. Hag troll. Yeah. Yeah.
And I
Small hag,
have
huge hag.
reworked my spells
Small
to take
hag,
care
big
of said
hag.
issue.
Wait, one more time.
I've reworked my spells to take care of said issue, should we need. And then,
Okay.
because we took that long rest, right?
Well, right.
well,
so you're kind of in the process of taking the long rest
Weird
now.
island.
Yeah.
Well, we're hanging out here for 24 hours until it wears off.
Right. Well, that's right. I didn't have to take
question. When I get petrified, all of my stuff also petrified?
It is, yes.
Okay.
Everything that you are currently wielding is turned to stone with you.
Okay.
So
Probably including the diamond dust that's in my backpack.
Terrible.
at first you were afraid. You were petrified.
Kept thinking, how could I?
Wait, isn't diamond dust already a rock?
Yeah.
Yeah, good point. So,
Anything else for the recap, really? We went through that fight. He got petrified. We're waiting it out.
yeah.
Got a bunch of weird shit.
We
Yeah.
decided to go to...
We talked to the hag before the fight and found out that the secret ingredient in her elixirs was drow.
It's people.
Yeah.
It's people all along. Toilet poultice is people. I scooped up that book, and one of these people are pouring over it. Her
we
recipe
found out.
book, her little...
Yeah, that's how we found out about the timer
Yeah.
and the petrification.
Secret ingredient is love of drow flesh.
Of drow flesh.
Also, thank you, Paul. He just subscribed.
Hey.
Paul, how sweet of you.
Of Paul's Pallet Provisions.
He's who now?
Of the shop where you guys had some weird shit in Ictal.
Oh, okay. Come, give us kisses.
I should have actually said that he worked for them, but he also helped with deliveries all across Tasha from the Pallet Provisions as well.
Hey, yourself now.
Oh, hi.
Ooh, a hype train just started on our channel. What's up? Let's keep it going.
Oh, you get to the side. Oh, thank you.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so right there's Paul. Should I throw shade saying already improvement? Outstanding. Sorry, I'm missing all of this in chat, and I'm now catching up. Fantastic. Well
Come on,
played.
you got to multitask harder than that, DM.
Not easy.
How do you use
Bits?
Are they
You
the
buy them.
crystals?
Usually just rub them against other bits and
Oh.
see what happens.
So they're
See if
not
they can
the
get
crystals.
petrified and turn to
Crystals
rock.
are different than bits.
Rock off.
Bits are like Twitch's premium currency. You can give it in lieu of cash.
Right. So you found some weird stuff inside the hut, and you got into investigating it, and you found that some of them happen to be magical items.
Yeah, and there was a deck, half of a deck, or a deck with some missing cards. It wasn't a deck of many things. It was a deck of wonder.
Yes.
Yeah,
Correct.
Yes,
we're not
which
playing
is-
with a full deck, you guys.
Half a
Yeah,
deck
we're
or
definitely
something.
not playing with full.
Probably for the best.
So, for the uninitiated, what is that? A deck of wonders. Out of character, obviously.
We don't know. Tony asked us not to look it up.
I did,
Oh,
yeah. I asked that
okay.
nobody look it up so to avoid spoilers. But if you're
Yeah.
interested in drawing from a deck, let me know, and then I'll tell you which one. you
Izzy
draw. Although you will
draws
never,
a
and I tell
card. No.
Yeah, absolutely. Izzy and Rin. In fact,
Yeah.
Izzy draws on all of the cards.
Rin is trying to take the cards away from Izzy, and we just so happen to pull the entire deck.
Yeah, just spits outward, and then, okay, well, things start happening.
He starts dealing a game of rummy.
Right.
Right. It's a card for you.
Have you ever heard of, what is it, Go Fish?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So if
Who
you
wants
are
to
interested
play
though,
old thing?
you can either roll a d12. That's actually probably the best way of doing it. Just rolling a d12.
D12.
If you are so
Give me a
interested.
D12,
Although
my guy.
you do have to declare how many cards you're going to draw ahead of time, and keep in mind there are only 13 cards, so
I
there's
want the,
only so many to pull.
I want
Now,
the 13th.
huh?
Warm it
I want
up.
the 13th.
Well, that said, consider carefully
No.
what you pull from the deck of wonder.
Chaotic, good. Chaotic, neutral.
Chaotic.
Okay.
Just chaotic.
So whilst hanging out in a hut, you got a little bit of time. And Izzy,
Does Izzy have to sneak this deck away from people, or are they just gonna let me fiddle with it?
I don't know, it's up to whomever actually got the deck to begin with.
Yeah, I
Who
don't
did get
remember.
the deck?
I can't
I
recall.
think it was between
me?
you and
It was
Chris.
It wasn't me.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
He's just standing there like,
I can safely say I've looted nothing.
I think Daruk has it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You put it in his pocket.
We did. For safekeeping.
He's like, what's this? Pulls a single
Well,
card.
I'd say we default to Ren then, since
all right, Ren.
Yeah.
So what are we? We're not sleeping, are we?
well, there's
Set the
time.
scene.
You know,
We did.
you do.
We did plan on sleeping.
Yeah, I was gonna say you do have time to. Oh, I'm sorry. Speaking of setting the scene,
Nighttime.
to the Isle of Eternal Shadow.
Favorite wavelength of light.
Favorite time of day.
Yes.
So,
Night.
with the, you have basically a full 24 hours to spend in this hut. If you want to keep the root company, you could also, split off, venture around in the forest. Probably not venture too far, but
I'm gonna decorate him with one of those little crowns that you make out of sunflowers.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. He's definitely getting some
I told them they
craft.
can go get the pieces of the Rod of Adlac and just come back.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I'll still be here.
Yeah, you knock that out in a day. Perfect.
But I'm assuming once Ren falls asleep and Izzy finishes her shorter meditation,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna rifle through things and grab that fancy deck.
You would
Tell you what,
rifle
make a
through
stealth check.
Rin's
I've
stuff.
rifled through your stuff so many times without you knowing. How do you think that map got so colorful?
It's not my map. I'm not the carrier of the map. I'm the
Rifle
carrier of
begins.
the currency.
I raided your parents' house before I left. Like,
Yeah.
I got caught a few times,
Wait, you
and they
have
were just like, "Let her do it."
When did you get parents?
Parents who are going to be really happy once again that you guys death lord on their daughter.
I'm gonna mouse creep up to this backpack, and I'm gonna slide out that
So, stealth
Deck.
check first.
stealth check. Okay.
Yeah, or sleight of hand, one of the two.
Who's up for watch?
Clearly.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
Yeah, it's Izzy and Drew. Let's go slide of hand. Tis. Sidor, you're in that one.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll be up for watch.
Okay. I would say
Probably up to some
even when unconscious, Bryn, you do feel what it's a small hand kind of jostling
Small.
jostling your. You know what? Yeah, jostling your backpack. Because I assume you
Like
probably
using
sleep
it like a pillow.
right here. Yeah, I
And
assume
I'm
you're sleeping right
wait,
here.
Yeah.
He's in there,
Draw the knife on him.
right? The dull knife that she stabbed.
No.
nothing
The whole
with.
knife I have on hand. Yeah.
It's her cheese.
That one, you knock over
No,
the
it's
room.
been sharpened.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
did sharpen. I remember.
Immediately wake up and just blast firebolt
I mean,
at whatever it
that's
is.
As long as it's not
probably-
electricity, I'm fine with it.
Sorcerer
Yeah.
point to make it electric.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Dorgear.
Yeah, I think I would wake up and immediately assume it's like a small creature that somehow snuck into the hut. Somehow, and I'm just like, huh! And I like grab the bag and I have like a firebolt kind of ready to go, and then I see Izzy and I'm just like, what are you doing?
I need some TP.
Okay,
Keep those rags in here.
you know that I don't carry those. I carry the rags you don't need yet.
Oh yeah. Miss prestidigitation on my butt. Whatever.
You know the
me know.
fatigue is a fatigue. Wait, no, you have them. You have the other bag of holding.
I have a bag of holding. I think we have 3, don't we?
We do.
Holding.
We have holding, and holding.
Do you have a golding though?
We
He
have
has a colding.
I have
Okay.
a cold.
Holding.
I couldn't remember if I gave you a golding or not. So
I have a bag of holding. I thought
Law
Chris had a
firm.
bag of holding.
Holding, and
or over in
holding.
here.
okay.
Can we also get a bag of folding?
Only 7 seconds.
Yes, but only paper objects can fit inside of it.
No, clothes, and then you pull it out and it's folded.
Ah,
clothes.
that's a good. That's a
I
good
want-
use too. Okay.
I want a
both.
bag of molding.
There is actually, I think,
Instantly
a bag of
decays your
holding that
food.
Yes.
Yeah.
I could become a spore druid.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
A bag of solding. It just sends an item to a keep
vendor.
and then
And
yeah,
then
you get
you
gold
pull
back.
out money.
Yep.
That's really cool. I like
Look at us
that.
That
with
might
new
actually be a
items.
thing.
I like that a lot.
Just junk. All right. Hey, all right. Put it in the golding bag.
Bag of molding, like if you're a craftsman, you just
What?
put it in there and it
Yeah.
comes out with a nice patina on it.
What if I said
Ancient
I left
artifact.
some of my colored pencils in her pack because I didn't have any room?
Deception check.
Deception.
You did what now?
I left a bunch of my colored pencils in your pack because I didn't have enough room.
Yeah. Or you know what? You don't have to make a deception check. She doesn't call it.
When were you in my pack?
Yesterday, the day before.
But why? We've talked about boundaries. Is he? My pack is my pack. Your pack is your pack. We don't touch other people's things. You remember we learned from the lion, tiger, liger.
And I remember now.
The one that died.
The one.
No,
that-
our were.
Oh, that one.
yeah.
Right.
No,
I thought you were talking about
That
the light that you
time?
guys killed.
you went. No, you went to touch. You went to touch someone else's things, and you literally got bit by a were-tiger.
that
Granted,
was me putting something
Yeah, I was gonna say he
there,
was trying
not
to give me a
taking
gift.
something.
Still
Leaving
entered into a room that
How do
they
you know
weren't
that's not what I'm
invited
trying to
into.
do right now? Is
There-
leave you a gift, but
I-
like you're ruining the moment.
I'm not ruining the moment. There's a right way and a wrong way to surprise someone, Izzy. We've talked about personal boundaries. We need to respect those. You don't touch my things. I don't touch your things.
Fine. I will just go back over here to the fire,
I feel like she's being weird.
and I'm gonna sit cross-legged in her direction, and I'm just gonna stare at her.
Do we need to like tie
I
her
feel
up?
like you're being weird.
It's one of those moments where you like close your eyes and you open back up and you just
Like,
It's
you
the
asleep?
twins from The Shining. just one of them though.
Right.
Not, there's only one.
Just the one though.
Come play with us.
I'm gonna need to learn.
It's alright, I'm gonna get my
alarm,
grubby, dirty little fingies on
put
them
it in
cards.
a
Don't you
small
worry.
circle
Hold
around
on to this.
around me every night.
if you were so during as Rin eventually does probably go back to sleep at some point. It's up to you whether you want to try and make another attempt. I'll say disadvantage because Rin at this point probably is a bit of more light sleeper. Or you can investigate some of the other objects that are still around the hut.
Okay. Well, we set them on like a log makeshift table or something.
Yeah, so you were able to cover a lot of the items that were from the table that had just all sorts of weird objects on top of it. The deck of cards being
immediately
one
touch all of them.
Okay.
Just
Yeah, sure. Well, so amongst them, there were some candles, the incomplete deck of cards, of course. There were 9 4-leaf clovers, 3 unusual-looking mushrooms, a horned skull, this kind of almost looks like a carved heart, like a wooden carved heart, just a golden amulet. And then there was this brain that had a weird, almost like formaldehyde smell to it, that had this big metal spike stuck into it.
not touching that.
And a jar that had this green liquid that smelled really close to the brain.
Really close to the brain.
Yeah, the same smell that the brain had.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, partridge and pantry.
Well, I'm gonna pick up one of them candles and smell it like a cigar.
Okay. As you get that strong just draw off of it, it is, the wax that you would expect. But it does have this kind of, like almost like a slight spice to it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Is it dark? Where-
Oh, yeah. Jet black candle.
Do I have produce flame? Where are my cantrips? Give me my cantrips. No, I sure don't. Yeah, I don't have anything that. Yeah, 'cause fire is not very druidy.
Could be.
Fire, forest
Wildfire.
fires. Yeah, this guy. Yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, I toss the candle back on the table and kind of like finger along the other items until I get to the gold amulet. Is that like a locket?
No, it's more like a pendant that has a small pearl in the center of it.
What's that look like? I shall.
I have the funny initiative.
Yeah. So as you look at it, you kind of give it a good look over. It is kind of this more filigree style to it.
Right. It's only if I
beautiful and made very well. But as you look at it, there doesn't appear to be any sort of like arcane elements to it or anything. It just looks like a piece of jewelry. Nice, but yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Probably a keepsake of something at some point.
Well, I'm gonna take would you say 3 candles?
Yes.
I'm gonna take those 3 candles. I'm gonna stuff them in Rainier's pack.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna take the gold locket and I'm gonna try to like plant it on him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell you what, make a sleight of hand.
How many times? Because I'm doing something for everybody except for Daru. Because
Yeah, clearly. I'll say just once for Vadir.
okay.
Rainier's not here, so you pass with him automatically.
Plant a bomb.
What?
That's a 15 altogether.
15? Okay. What's your passive perception, Vadir?
11.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you're able to slip it onto him.
What about Dorgaren? What was left on the table?
So of the items that were still there that hadn't been spoken
The
about.
skull,
anyway.
the heart, the wooden heart.
Yep. And then 4-leaf clovers and some mushrooms.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely putting the mushrooms and the 4-leaf clovers on his persons, or
Okay.
not directly on him. If he has a pack or something, or if Gordon has like saddlebags or something, I'm gonna stuff those in there.
Okay, sure. Sleight of hand check one more time at this
Okay.
point.
Nope, that's the wrong button. But it rolled so good. That was a stealth check.
It might be the same.
Well, I got the same result for both, so 20.
Dorgir? Passive perception?
17.
Okay. Yep. Able to squeak by. Almost literally when it comes to we'll say okay, so you can choose either the mushrooms or the 4-leaf clovers.
Oh, I'm gonna put the mushrooms on him.
Okay. So yeah, you now have some mushrooms on your person that you may not have remembered taking exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. And then yeah, just gonna kind of stroll back over to my little city spot
Okay.
and stare at Rin.
As the night goes on and everyone, I would say, eventually wakes up. What are their passive perceptions again, Rin? I think yours is still pretty high.
21.
21. So as you wake up and as you've been awake, you kind of like moving about and just checking things out.
Making a ruckus.
Yep.
So everybody else has to be.
Yep. When everyone wakes up, Rin, I'd say, given your passive perception, yeah, you happen to notice that there's a few less items that are on the table as everyone's kind of waking up, getting ready, stretching. Daruk's still standing there, just.
Do I see any tracks that aren't ours, or like any indication that someone other than our party was rifling through stuff?
Ooh, make a survival check.
Footprints.
Or if you want to call it out, you could have somebody else help you. You can keep it at the cuff too. Yeah.
That is a 10 plus a 3, so 13.
13. And you don't see any. Granted, there's a lot of mud that's in the center of the area, so like tracks aren't exactly easy to cover up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there was a bit of a battle here. You don't see anything fresh that's heading that way, outside of maybe some small footprints, maybe haphazardly placed in the mud.
Hey, Dorgaren, you were on a watch last night, right? After
Was I?
That's what he asked earlier.
I mean, I asked, but I never got confirmation.
I said yeah.
I'd
Nobody
say
else said anything.
maybe one of the earlier ones when Izzy was in her trance. That way the night can still transpire as we want it
I have
to.
to retcon that whole ass thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never had.
Right.
Did you see anyone else while you were on watch? Just looks like there's less things
No.
over here.
Is the table inside the dome that we're in?
No, it would be outside the dome.
Oh.
If you place the hut up, then yes, it'd be outside of it.
Okay. Well, we didn't see anybody. Are there any tracks?
I'm not so great at that kind of thing, but it doesn't look like it. It looks just like ours. I mean, there is a whole muddy pit right there. So I don't know. That's like,
It's like Woodstock and
yeah, it's not really
Yeah.
my bag. But yeah, I don't know.
It helps the theater of the mind.
I saunter up to Daruk's statue and I put my arm on. I'm like, "What about you, big guy? Seeing anything?"
Just
With passive perception of 30, I
Can
might
I-
know you did it.
Right.
Can I take a look around the table?
How did
sure,
you get
yeah.
to
Make
30?
a survival or investigation check.
I have
So for tracks or anything that may give you an idea as to what came over this way.
I'll do survival.
I figured.
Nice. Nice.
25.
Yeah, you do find there are some tiny, muddy footprints that walked up here. You imagine that if you were to put it to any sort of like size, it'd probably be like a young teenager, maybe about that foot size. You know.
And they're
Yeah.
the most recent, the freshest.
So yeah, definitely.
About
Do I
10,000.
notice the mud?
yeah.
Do I notice mud on Izzy's boots?
Absolutely. Oh, everybody probably has mud on their boots at this point, but yeah, Izzy definitely does too. Or feet, whatever.
Yeah, I got straps on my feet.
Well, then
I gotta get my toes in the mud.
You can't walk around
then you
barefoot. That's
see
how you get hookworms.
footprints.
Yeah, toes.
Yeah, full on.
9 of them. What?
I assumed you probably would be.
What?
Yeah. I assumed you probably would be wearing shoes, but if not, then yeah, absolutely. Full on footprints walking over to the table.
I'm embracing my talk bay phone.
Ah, for sure.
Izzy, why were you walking? What were you doing at the table?
I had to pee.
At the table?
Table?
I stopped by here first to put down my staff.
So then what happened to the items on the table?
I don't know.
Why did you leave the bubble? Izzy, you don't leave the bubble by
I'm
yourself.
not gonna pee in the bubble.
No,
I've had
you wake
asparagus.
someone up so they can go with you. Like me.
I mean, I already woke you up once. I didn't want to disturb you twice.
Uh-huh.
You had your chance at a gift.
Right? Now everybody else has gifts. I don't know what.
Do I notice that the footprints go to like everyone?
You would see the return like footprints at a 25. Yeah, you would see that they walked to the table.
Because I'm not
they came
carrying
back.
everything.
Remember? Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, and I'll put this over here.
I check our bags.
Okay. As you search your person, I'd say when you look over yourself, you're familiar with what your things are. You find, yeah, there's 3 like dark black mushrooms, or not dark black, sorry. They were black and crimson red, kind of an interspacing that you have on your person that they weren't there before.
How did those get there? Everybody's divvying up the loot and I don't get any. You know what? I think I should get that deck of cards. Everybody else has something.
I think we take you back home.
What? For what?
There you go.
Huh?
What is it? Whatever was the amulet.
The amulet.
You're very
Gold
clearly
amulet.
messing with things in a hag hut. That's not wise. And putting it on your adventuring partners? That
It's all our stuff. We're taking it.
you don't usually
I
want to
didn't-
take
I
a
didn't
lot
do
of stuff
anything
from a
on you
hag
guys. For
hut.
all I know, you guys got up in the middle of the night while I was meditating on the astral sea and the beauty of it.
Except that
He's ready to roll.
except that these footprints, these are all fresh, and they all point to you.
I mean, I had to pee. Like, I went to the table to set my staff and leaned it
3
up.
times?
I didn't want to just drop it in the mud. Yes, I'm a little girl. I have to pee so much.
I don't think. I mean, Rin
Anybody's
does not have
free
to
to
roll
run
this one.
anyway.
She's like,
Yeah.
okay, like I'm not. I don't need to. I'm just letting it happen.
She already knows. She's like,
Yeah, I'm just like, yep. Mhm. It's one of those moments where you're like a parent
I know they're lying.
and you're like, the kid thinks that they've gotten away with murder, and you're just like, you are so obvious.
Yeah.
Like,
I think when it comes to like deception versus insight amongst the players, I think I just want to leave it out there. Whether you guys do or not, it's entirely up to you. Maybe there's something more tactile, like we can leave it to the dice. But at this point, just whether or not you believe is entirely up to you.
I mean, it's for me. The tracks are very clear,
Ah,
so I know that she's the one who was putting stuff in the packs.
Okay. Well, what about you, big guy? Are you two gonna take their side? They think I'm some sort of anti-reverse thief.
I haven't said anything. There's no side. There's no we.
There's judgment.
There's just Rin's
Not-
literally sitting there.
Not to mention,
like,
can I
pulling out
tell
the
what
bag
these
of
mushrooms
bounty,
are? You said that they're
ready
black
for
and
breakfast.
red.
yes. So if you want to do that, Arcana check.
Arcana.
Or nature? No, Arcana.
Yeah. Let me click on nature. What does nature mean?
This was in my bag of colding, and it's not really something that I would put in the bag of colding because it
Would
doesn't
you like
need to
to
be
roll
cold.
the bag of bounty
If
dice?
you want something, you can add this. I can. If you want.
Every time I roll,
saying that I
it's
needed it, I wanted it. So. This is yours. You want
We
me to?
eat very poorly.
Fine, I'll
yes.
take it. I'm gonna try
Yeah,
to do
everybody
that
has a
Christmas
Oh,
thing.
nice.
Everything's cursed.
Well,
Oh, okay. We have
Get
White
to the one
Christmas.
you
Yeah,
want.
yeah. The Amish. What's it, Amish trade or whatever it was?
I'm
Whatever
sorry,
Dwight did on
I'll
the
save
office.
it.
Yeah. I came in with this and I left with that.
All right.
Kind of thing.
So I have
So-
Arcana was 8. Just 8, flat 8.
Okay. As you look at them, you're like, there's something else to them because these definitely look like any mushrooms you're familiar with, but you don't know what.
I'm not gonna mess with these.
For once.
Right. For once, he sees the
Look,
mushroom.
these
he's
are
not willing to
black
eat.
and red, and we found them in a hag hut.
You ate glowing magical mushrooms
Yeah,
in
in
a
Medusius's lair.
of a monster we've never met while we were chasing a dragon.
Yeah, but that was
I've
like-
picked enough toads to know that these colors mean something
Do
bad.
not try to tell
I mean, that was
you
glowing, and
are-
therefore
Yeah.
are concerned about the colors. and shapes.
these I am because they're black and red, and on the Isle of Eternal Shadow in a hag hut.
Black and crimson
know
hag
what?
hut. Yeah.
That's
No.
mushroomist. You're judging a mushroom by its color.
Look at the
you wanna- you wanna try it?
The party, and they're all
No.
at each other's throats.
Why don't they want to try it? Because
Suspicion and
I'm
paranoia.
shoveling out a wealthy
Just sitting there.
breakfast from the bag of bounty
Like,
instead.
I'm just hungry.
Like
Christian roll for me. We rolled a well.
I mean, if someone else wants to look these mushrooms over,
Yeah. So yeah, you're fairly certain that bad idea to eat them. You could have anybody else look them over to see if maybe they can discern any other sort of unusualness to
I
them.
mean, I'll push them towards Ren. Like, well, I mean, you think I'm being unreasonable?
No.
Tell me what these,
I didn't say leave that out loud.
Tell you
Also,
what, I'll trade
these
you
are
this gold
definitely
locket
in
for
the
those
bag.
3
Oh.
mushrooms.
that came out of the bag.
All right,
Did you
well,
roll well?
Yeah, we rolled a wealthy breakfast.
I rolled a 17.
Oh, you did. Okay, then yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
For
Without
the,
question.
the breakfast that I can't take my
You just hear like, 10 Man style. Say so for me.
What was it like? You were getting ready to think about what you wanted for breakfast, and suddenly that just starts coming out. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
ooh, has anyone else seen
So-
any mushrooms like this? I ain't.
I'm not a mushroom person.
I'll trade you.
But you got Arcana.
I do. But it didn't pop as magical when I did the detect magic earlier.
I will let if somebody wants to roll for Rainier, I'd allow that.
For what? For like discovering the mushrooms?
Yeah.
Like, what is it, an Arcana check?
Yep. Or nature, depending.
Fae Fiend are undead?
It makes yes. That's the thing.
You have to.
Okay.
Obligatory finger undead.
Yeah, I'd say Arcana is more fitting for this stuff.
I rolled a 17 on the dice since it's in the 20.
Okay. Yep.
You got a sheet up.
Oh, never mind. The mushrooms are magical.
Yeah.
So they are.
Yeah.
Magic mushrooms.
So as Rainier looks at them, kind of
This is
discerns
Woodstock.
these would be ichor cap mushrooms. They likely were some sort of fey mushroom at one point, but were coated in demonic blood, and they will hatch into mud caps when exposed to moonlight.
I throw them into fire.
No!
Yep.
No, I stop him! I stop
Should have
him!
planted those on Rainier.
Because I'm like, Corfer wants these. I know he does. Give me those.
Are they on
know
his
what?
list?
I'll give you a dexterity check.
Okay.
Like, body
Just a
block.
flat throw to either blot
Against-
or throw a mage hand quickly
Against what my
if she has it.
against what? Or is it like she can?
I'm just gonna give it a DC
Okay.
because you're just tossing them in. You're tossing them in. That's mine. I'm like, nope.
17 plus 2 is
Okay.
19.
Yeah, I'll say you're quick enough to be able to throw out a spell cast quickly.
No.
And you see the mushrooms just. Do you have mage hand?
I do.
Okay, I assumed as much. So yeah, as the mushrooms get tossed out of your hand, you see them just start hovering midair. Because I think with the aberrant mind, it's invisible psionic stuff,
Okay.
right? So yeah, they just kind of hover there for a bit, and then I guess Rin picks them up.
Corfer wants these.
They are on his list.
They are not, but demonic ichor is, so I feel like this is
Would it be the same
interesting to him.
thing though?
Here, try to make it in.
You said they turned into
Red caps.
red caps.
So like that would be really cool to have planted those on Rainier. So when like the moon hits him and he changes, the red caps also, and it's just a whole moon changing situation.
tiger
Whole bunch of
sprouted
things.
red caps.
A whole bunch of things for us to find. Great. Sounds.
I did
stellar.
not say red caps.
Wait, you didn't?
You did.
Oh,
I did.
I,
You
Yeah.
had mud.
Did I say? Okay.
I asked if you said mud caps because that's what I thought you said, but somebody else.
I thought you said red caps.
That's what I heard.
Thought. Okay, I misspoke then. They are red mushrooms, but the mushrooms would hatch normally into red caps.
Oh, that's must have been what you said.
Yes. But by being coated in demonic ichor, something else would come out.
Nice.
Nothing ever good comes from demonic ichor and magic mushrooms.
Or red caps for that.
Or red caps.
Red caps.
Those guys.
Those guys.
But worse. So, anything else worth looking at?
Well, I mean, my plan is failing. Now she has 2 out of the items.
Technically, Veneer has back folding.
I agree with Kelsey and chat.
I got
What?
She said, guys, it's time to parent right and beat that child.
Oh my god.
You gotta beat that child. Beat that child. Beat that child. Beat that child. Good, yeah.
If you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, please call.
Yeah.
Right?
For clarification, we're joking.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Never be.
That's kind of where.
Yeah.
I mean, I was laughing
We
at
do
you.
not condone
Oh, yeah, yeah.
beating of children at all.
Unless they're imaginary.
Unless they're imaginary children, in which case,
Yeah.
even then.
In a fictional fantasy setting where the child can change into some sort of gargantuan creature, hit that
Slap
kid.
that out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny when Homer chokes Bart.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, my plans are foiled. I'm grumpy for the rest of the day.
You gotta lock it out of it.
Yeah.
While we're eating breakfast, I will search my entire pack for colored pencils that are not there.
If you're not going to come in pencil, no. Man, I wish I had some kind of telekinesis spell.
Yeah.
Don't we all?
Right in there. Yeah.
Next level.
Yeah, next.
I have it.
Next level.
So, as the
Gotta
party
rework my
has
spells again. Hold on.
as the party has time to kill, is there anything you guys want to do in the hag hut? Or outside of it, for that matter? You guys are still in the Escoffier Forest, or Escoffier Woods, so you still have a little bit of time to sort out any kind of adventuring you want to do, or anything of that matter.
Well, I'm gonna go pee. Is that okay?
I was just not on the table.
So I wander outside. I take a tinkle.
Okay. Yeah, as you wander outside, you still see that there, it had been pointed out before that there were some small, like, little effigies, voodoo doll kind of aesthetic things that were kind of sitting about. But you still see that those are there. They're still present.
Like the ones hanging from the trees and stuff? Okay. And from last episode, we're pretty sure that those are hag, like sentries.
Effectively, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna start blasting those.
Okay.
So they're still
Crystal
there, even
beams
though
for
the
days.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're still present.
Crystal beams for days.
Okay.
Just out there.
As you pop them out occasionally, and yep. Those inside the hut occasionally see a little blast of light coming from outside. Given that this is the Isle of Eternal Shadow, a radiant beam does leave a bit of a mark in terms of the lighting aesthetic from the inside of the hut. But
Is there a thunderstorm going on?
yeah,
Oh, did we take a long rest? Did that?
you have, yes. But do
No
keep in
HP
mind
recovery.
your HP does not, so your HP will reset, but you have to make note of what your HP was before the long rest.
Well, we
Yeah.
kind of worked out that like we're gonna blow the rest of our spell slots, get us all topped off, and then take the long rest to get the spell slots back.
Which
Yeah.
totally fine.
Okay.
I was chopped off before the long rest. I just want my
Okay.
spell slots back.
Gotcha. First one.
Well, how long are we waiting for Daruk? How much time we have left for Daruk?
It's basically being most of the day still.
Oh, okay.
Full 24 hours. So assuming you guys had started this fight sometime in the evening, then still you got hours to pass.
Well, the Moonstone Guard took a boat, and we're leaving Rainier to guard Daruk.
Okay.
And then the rest of us will, I don't know, I'm just gonna follow Ren around closely.
Okay.
Like, oops, you dropped your pack. I'll get it for you.
Has Izzy said anything at all that would indicate what it is that she wants out of my pack so badly?
No. But I mean, with context clues, again,
She did say earlier about, oh, everybody else got loot, so therefore, give me the deck.
Oh yeah, I should have the deck of cards. That's right. So you
Yeah.
did tip your hand there. Okay.
Huh. Damn.
In one of the breakout moments where I can find some alone time, I would like to ferret the deck of cards away within my book pouch that is always on my person, and everyone knows they should not touch.
Okay. Gotcha.
well, then I'm gonna spend the rest of my time with my coloring book making cards.
Izzy doesn't know that though, so I will, for fun, leave my pack on the ground unattended at one point. But like, I would like to be hiding behind a tree and then just casually walk out.
I'm just immediately gonna go back into the lies. What did you do with my colored pencils?
Izzy, Do you really think that lying to me is the right choice ever?
You get your brain, man.
Bartholomew psychic lady.
Trust me, I've been in this party for too long.
She told me what she was gonna do, man. Said she was gonna lay a trap for you.
Think we're here by choice? We can't leave.
I just want to retire now.
Brent's the secret
Spilling
villain the
arc
whole
has
time.
begun.
Yeah.
That whole episode of Twilight Zone where the kid with the psychic powers like built
right.
the world around his parents and made them his plaything.
You guys all think you are on an adventure when really you're just back at my house. I've turned you into doll.
Right?
Dork.
Tiny Tina shit right there.
Yeah.
So when I was getting swung around by God,
Right? He was just her lifting you up.
What does this actually look like?
You're just walking around your room, it's over here. And then this one's over here.
And then they trust.
The reason is petrified is you accidentally like spilled glue.
Oh my god.
No. That'll wear off in a
It'll
little bit.
wear off in a bit.
It's plastic cement.
Too funny. Too funny.
I've like gotten paint thinner and it's slowly eating away into glue.
No.
No, and then it starts eating away, and that's when somebody's gonna go get like just demolished by acid.
Yeah.
That will be that
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or his paint job's coming off and we're like, why is
Yeah.
it changing colors?
The giant spiders aren't actually giant, they're just spiders.
Yeah, yeah.
In my room.
Right.
But yeah, she'll respond. She'll be like, no, but I mean, come on.
Come on, what?
Eileen?
Aren't you curious?
About what? Absolutely I am, but I don't think that right now when we're on a very important quest is the time.
When? We're always on an important quest. You have to live in the moment. That's
How about we
the
pull
one
one?
thing I've learned since I broke free from that soul cage is that you have to live in the here and now.
How about once we've gotten the rod, we put in it together, we pull one as a celebration.
I can get behind that
All right.
as long as I get to be the one that pulls it.
Okay. I will hold the deck, you pull one card.
Fine, I was gonna go for 3. Can we settle with 2?
No.
It's 13.
Yeah.
2 ain't gonna.
13 for the rest of our lives, which is for you hopefully a very, very long one.
Same. When you all die, I get to inherit all.
I'm just saying that if you want to inherit this when I die,
You're right. Again, as usual.
Your urine slowly crosses Izzy out of his will.
I used to like that kid. Dang,
by slowly,
internet
you mean like
TikToks
with a
ruined her
dagger.
brain.
it's like at the end we're, in our like what would equate to our 60s or whatever. Torgeir pulls out his will, and it's just like constantly the same 5 names crossed
Right.
out, rewritten,
Yeah.
crossed out, rewritten.
Oh man.
It's got like all of the like you have to like put your initial and the date next
Yeah.
to it, and it's all
Gotta get it
over. It's
notarized.
like 37 pages long. For a grand total of 7 things, but it's 37
Oh, yeah, for
pages
sure.
long.
Yeah. So as the party hangs out at the hut and passes the time, mostly just kind of hanging out and honestly it's probably taking a beat, which you guys haven't had for a little bit.
I've not had a beat in a while.
No, it's perfect time to pull a card.
At a in the early afternoon, you hear a knock at the side of the door. Hey, guys, okay in there?
The hag hut or the hut hut?
The hag hut.
Okay.
Hello.
As you see a drow face peek around the corner, a man you had just seen only a couple days ago.
Guy, what was
Ballsy to come check on us.
Aranis. Yeah, I honestly expected you guys probably would make it into here, but I didn't expect to see. Oh wow, one of you turned to stone. Huh. Well,
It's okay. He's got like about 6
You were
hours.
just waiting on that.
it's cooking?
Well, I was actually, let's see, points. I was kind of hoping to get one of those crates. We were expecting a shipment back at Thoru'Forek, and win or lose, I was hoping to then talk to the victor and make sure I could secure that.
About those potions.
Well, they were,
Is there more than one crate, Tony? I thought there was.
There were 2.
Oh, you can absolutely have one of the crate.
We don't. What,
You just.
do you want to tell them?
We found out how to make them.
Okay, great. Yeah. That's
me.
good because I mean she's dead. She points over at the hag's body. So I'm glad to hear you guys figured out how to make them. So what's the recipe?
Well, if you look, you
Sword-
see the cage in the corner.
Soy
Yeah,
potions.
I've heard of it.
Did you see what's in it?
A lot of blood.
Yeah.
It's been ironic.
But, how do you guys feel?
I think Durgir would just come out and say it at this point.
Yeah, it's drow.
She's been using drow.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, murder happens. But I'm sorry. You said, what?
Yeah. That and tears from the monster we had to kill as well.
Apparently, she's been getting her hands on other drow and making the potions out of them.
If somebody doesn't
Right.
come back,
Yeah, no, that'll happen. You live on a dangerous island. We don't lose too many forces too often, but it is a fact of the matter. That's unfortunate.
if you
Did she have a book, maybe? Any sort of like recipes or something about here on how to make it?
I do. Yeah, but it's kind of encoded, and honestly, like, you don't really like leaving these things around. Got kind of a collection, but
Oh yeah, no, that's great.
oh, okay,
Yeah, take it back to my settlement, the encampment.
yeah,
We have mages there. They can probably decipher this kind of stuff.
okay. Well, I'd like to meet them before we just hand over something of knowledge that contains, book of murder.
Sure. No, that's fine.
Okay, cool. We have to wait for our friend to unthaw, but we could totally go back. It's like 6 more hours.
Okay. Yeah. I just wait here with you guys if you.
Yeah,
don't mind.
sure. Actually, if you don't mind, I'd love to pick your brain about maybe if I can figure out, like, piece together from you what's unique about your drow natures. Maybe we could find some kind of a substitute.
Well, maybe just like drow blood, like like you can do like blood donations or something like that,
Maybe.
like a blood drive.
Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't kill us, I'd be willing to say that we probably would want to still have this happen. Because ultimately, I mean, from what I understand, these poultices, I mean, they enable us to actually really kind of survey and go about the island without having a lot of time in between. Granted, we do live quite a while, but at the same time, it's best to try and make use of our time while it's here. So with these poultices, we've been able to explore more of the island and venture northward where things get a little bit more dangerous. So without them, we could take a more cautious approach, but slows down exploring, finding relics, that kind of thing. So if it is a matter of us giving blood donations and can keep making these, then I think my people would probably be very interested in still doing that. But yeah, what kind of questions do you have for me?
Well, and then I'll just launch into a bunch of questions, and like I'll have like that book open and the other book open, the
Which other book?
Agatha's notebook journal thing,
Okay, sure.
and like cross-referencing and seeing if there's anything that we can pull between the two. Like, what is it about drow Or is it just elven blood? Or is it blood? Or like, you know, is there a specific magical property? What was it about the tears of this specific animal, creature? Whatever.
My passive perception is a 20. Do I notice the cards in her book? Because she's...
I didn't pull out that book.
Oh, that.
Yeah,
That's a different book.
Right, that's why I asked, like, which book?
Oh yeah, no, if I'm
yeah.
pulling out that book, we may have a different situation on.
Yeah.
So,
You can see, what's your passive insight?
21.
Okay. You can see fairly early on that when you start doing like this theory crafting with Uranus, he keeps up with you for about 2 minutes. And then after that, completely lost.
Just
Yes.
Like you start talking, you start talking about like the Centa Queen that she had, and he's following along with that. But then once you start branching off, he's like, yeah,
She's like,
Yeah,
there's
sure.
a certain enzyme in the tears that mixes with the genetic code of...
yeah. And then he's just, oh
I
yeah.
imagine Vadir's just watching it and is like, that's a new record.
Keeps going.
Yeah, he's gone. Write it down. He's like, I mean, I could follow along with, you know, using components of different creatures and that kind of thing fairly well, but admittedly, once you start getting into the nature of things, I mean, I'm more of the kind of person who scouts out the forests and sticks to, you know, more stealthy moves than understanding like physiology and how you can apply that into arcane means. That's beyond me. I'll be honest. Our mages would be best people to speak about that with.
I would like to take some of your blood, please.
Nope. I did not give consent. I would very much like that back, please. You're laughing.
I didn't
This is great.
I didn't even get him. I was just like,
Okay, no.
just a little bit.
No,
Some
no.
hair.
No.
Are you cool with that? What's your social security number?
What did you say?
What's your brother's maiden name?
If,
You said you wanted some blood from him?
if you're looking for blood from a drow, there's plenty of people back at our encampment. I'm sure one of them would be happy to help you out,
Well,
but I like mine in me. I've already lost enough of it way back, and I just don't know what you're going to do with it, so prefer not. We just met. I hope you understand. Don't fully trust all of you yet. I appreciate you letting me out.
Just gonna look at it under that microscope.
What's that?
Oh boy. So it's this
Ad starting soon, by the way.
flashlight with a lens on it, right? And I can essentially look at your blood and very small little bit, just a little drop, and it will never leave this plate right here.
Pass.
Science.
You're in the ads. So feel free to take a break. I need another beverage.
I got you.
Something. Can I get one of the flavored waters, please?
Down here on the floor.
Yeah.
Flavored water.
Anybody else like anything you want about?
Flavored water.
Yeah, blackberry lemonade. It's the sparkling variety.
Doing good so far, left turn.
Yeah.
All right, hang in there.
I would like to flavor.
You said what flavor now?
I think there's a blackberry lemonade.
Is it like the bottle?
No, just the small cans.
Oh.
What? What? Seriously?
Yeah.
Damn it.
You're never gonna get rid of all of them.
I know.
Tis the season.
It
Like
is.
we've had a couple pop up in our basement too while we're trying to build this bookcase, and it's just like
I'm sure I've displaced enough of them with cleaning up and organizing things that they're probably like, all right, we'll find a place.
Yeah, it's the weather. You notice, like,
Yeah,
when
too.
it heats up, they come out. And Which is fine because they can kill all the stink bugs they like in my house.
That's
Apparently
true.
I have an infestation of them.
It's funny. I don't know that I'd ever seen a stink bug before I met Kelsey. And
That is so mean.
I have never seen like as many centipedes, but we have a ton of them in our area. Like it's just like around our house. Sometimes they creep into the basement. It's
Gotta find the Centa Queen.
I know. I don't like it very much at all.
Yeah. The house ones, like I know they're like the ultimate apex predator and they kill everything, which is great, but they still look so damn weird. with those like weird.
Love them. I think they're
Well-
artistic inspiration. Like,
That's
I
true.
think they're cool, but like, if my cat eats it, it can cause the same thing as like when
Oh.
a dog licks a toad
Mhm.
and they just keep salivating. It does that to cats.
Gotcha.
So she could die.
I do think that it's interesting how the house centipede, going back to them, their head looks like a grasshopper.
Yeah.
Like it's really interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, no mandibles, just like it's a fascinating.
what?
That's centipedes.
Birds.
You guys should have some of the strudel. It's pretty good.
It is true.
Would you like some
I was watching this TikTok the other
It is very flaky though, to be fair. So just keep in mind. Sorry, TikTok.
Oh, yeah. So I was watching this TikTok the other day, and it was like all of the Norse countries and their food, you know. So it's like Norway has
Pickled
these,
shark.
yeah, these pickled things and all this hot dogs, and then. And then, you know, Sweden has these really great pastries and this other thing and hot dogs.
Okay.
It was just like everyone ended in hot dogs.
Nice.
I was like, well, I guess.
Like tags.
You like a good hot dog?
Who doesn't look good? Who doesn't like a good hot dog?
Right.
I got a bacon cheeseburger hot dog from a St. Louis place when I went to Craig and Julia's the other day.
Nice.
But they have all kinds of dogs, like some kind of St. Louis special thing.
Okay.
Was it Steve's Hot Dogs?
I think it might have been. Yeah.
That place is
makes
pretty
sense.
good. I've been there once.
Yeah.
Or twice.
I met him once before. It was so crazy. It was shortly after high school, so I was still very much in the urge. And he had a UPS mailbox at the UPS store I worked at briefly after, briefly in college after the theaters. And he walked in, I was like,
You're that guy.
yeah. And then the dude I was working with was like, oh yeah, Steve's got a mailbox here. I'm like, yeah, I got that. How have I not known this before? And he's like, you want to go say hi? I'm like, no. So then the next day, or the next time he came in, of course, like I was like, oh hey, Tony here's a big fan of your music. And I was like, so I
Betray me.
yeah,
Where was that story when we were talking about when we met?
oh yeah. Well,
It's like that time that we went to Matt's gig at the bar, and he had the story of the year singer came over.
oh yeah, no, Dan Marsala, like he frequents the waiting room.
Yeah, I know they're like friends or whatever. And he was like, I can just have him come over and say hi. I'm like, don't you dare, please do not do that. He came over and I was
yeah.
like, hi.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
They were like, you want to take a picture? I was like, no, it's not. It's
Yeah,
fine. Take a picture.
Yeah.
This stream brought to you by local St. Louis famous people.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Apparently.
I don't think I've ever been so red.
It's funny, like I was the first time I met him, and then like I've seen him so much now that I'm like, oh yes, it's Dan. Nicest guy you'd ever meet too, which is so cool.
It was super
Such
sweet.
a nice
Yeah.
guy, but
Like,
I was
genuine.
just like,
Yeah.
I don't want to impose. I would hate to impose.
Right.
Should we
He's like,
watch
no.
over?
Yeah, he's just
Oh,
like,
hey, you want to see
okay.
the pictures? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and he's super cool about it too. He's like, oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It's honestly, it's like, you know, the kind of like local legend that you'd hope to meet.
Yeah.
Is just as down to earth as you hope to.
yeah.
Good stuff. Anyway,
Good stuff.
so picking back up as apparently we are back from break. Aranis is kind of sitting there with you, and as you guys kind of talk things over, you see him take notice in the table where all those components were. He kind of like thumbs through a couple of things on there. Interesting. Hey, has anybody looked at this brain yet?
Looked at it.
Yeah, we
Really gets
we
there,
have
see it.
looked at it. Yes.
You guys know much about? He just kind of looks at it. Darrow.
No,
Not a thing.
Well,
not
they're
really.
he kind of pokes at it a little bit. They're basically kind of tiny dwarves that have just spent so much time in exposure to the far realm magic, they kind of change a little bit. I think that's what one of these brains are. Well, this brain is.
Oh,
You want it?
Kind of.
Let's.
Thank you.
but like what for?
Just to learn from it, to be honest.
He wants to pick it.
We'll go ahead since we split the hemispheres.
Yeah.
Are you feeling creative or logical?
Let's take a shot.
Oh, okay.
And I got it, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Went down.
He just wants to pick their brain.
I think it has already happened. As he points to the metal spike sticking in it.
Right.
Yeah. I don't care if you want it.
So about
If you haven't claimed it yet, I mean, I'll take it.
Well, I ain't got no need for a brain.
Not really. What do you give
All
us for
okay.
it?
Great.
Okay, what do you give us for it?
however the crate of the pulses that you would like to take back to your camp.
Mhm.
Clearly you don't have any qualms about utilizing what's already been done.
Yeah.
Are we going to run into anyone in your camp that will?
I don't think so. We're a pragmatic people, and not to say that, like, you know, we're gonna do this to our own people, but these are already made, so no sense in letting them go to waste.
Right.
Let not the lives go for naught.
And a new burial tradition has started.
That said, if one of you guys wouldn't mind carrying this, bigger guys, or your big metal bull over there, I'd appreciate it.
And that's how the drow adopted assisted suicide.
I'll lead you back to Thoru'Forek too, whenever we're ready to head out.
Yeah, true.
The Kevorkian tribe.
It's a circle of life.
All right. Well, what to do with this? Kind of scoops up the brain. Smells a bit. Smells the jar. Seems obvious, right? As he drops the brain in the jar, I need everybody to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, jeez.
Including me?
Nope.
Nope.
You just get whizzed by all these things, huh?
No one's gonna try and save it.
Yeah, nat 20 for 20.
Nice.
You said intelligence saving throw?
Yep.
Why couldn't it be wisdom? Brains are wise.
Okay, so that was, what was the number?
28.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Fine. Good here.
24.
Durgiran.
12?
Okay.
7.
Okay. So Durgiran and Rin both grabbed their heads and are brought down to a knee as a psychic blast of energy emanating out from this brain knocks both of you down, and does the same for Uranus too. As you reel in pain, all three of you are basically just hit with a mind-splitting headache beyond one you've ever felt before, and you are stunned as the psychic pulse is emanated. You hear screaming within your minds. You two are fine.
What about Gordon?
Well, Gordon, you'd make the save too.
Yeah, we can probably
Rainier,
just
what-
assume.
He's on autopilot for a little bit.
We can probably assume that Gordon's not gonna make it.
Unless you have anything you want to do.
Awesome. You good? What happened?
Oh,
Just regret your choice of dropping it?
I run up.
One second.
Oh, no.
-2.
Okay, yeah, Gordon, absolutely the same. Brought down like, you know, one of his front hooves just goes down. Yeah. As the four of you then are reeling, and as you're asking Aranis if he's okay, he looks up to you, his eyes kind of crossed. Just reeling in pain.
Take the brain out of the jar.
Okay. As you do that, just after you do that, one's headache suddenly goes away. You see Aranis just, oh God. Okay.
You're an idiot.
That's right. It goes in square.
Yeah, thanks.
So not the jar.
Not the jar. Oh God, you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
Brain like moving at all?
Kind of jostling a little bit and then just stops.
So wait, he took it out of the jar, and that's what happened.
He put it in the jar.
Oh, put it in the jar.
Then it went.
Wait, it was just sitting out.
It was on a spike.
Oh,
It was sitting on a plate with a spike inserted.
oh, she was about to eat.
You're gonna eat the brain?
No, the hag.
The hag was.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
We interrupted dinner.
Let's back up. Sorry about that. I didn't think that would happen.
Experimentation.
Ow. Okay.
Well, now we know.
Yeah. Okay, brain not in jar. All right.
Got some cloth. You just want to wrap it.
Yeah, let's just do that.
Get some butcher paper. Wrap it
Well,
up.
if
Yeah.
it seems obvious, let's not try it. It's not.
At least until we're outside of the head area, because that kind of happens.
Okay.
Sorry, Mike. Sorry, audience.
No, yeah.
Oh, open it.
Oh, go ahead. No,
Let me get. Okay.
I mean, I buy him to be open. You know, so please.
Audience.
I don't want to open it. Open it. Oh, okay. Yeah. I have qualms. I no longer have qualms.
You no longer have fun.
So after some hours pass, and Aranis kind of reflects on his choice of putting the brain in there and how it was a mistake. You see him kind of look at it. He looks, do you think it may have been caused because of the spike in there? Like if we took that out, maybe have a different result?
That was my instinct. I was gonna run up and pull the spike out, but I'm not a doctor.
What did the spikes power him?
No, you can take the spike out, then it's not powering anymore.
But the spike's like an antenna for this.
What if the spike is what's holding it contained?
How do you think the hag got a hold of a? You call him Durgar?
Darrow.
Darrow brain in the first place? Are they native to this island?
Yeah, they're part of the bottom right corner. There's a Darrow and Illithid stronghold.
Gross.
We basically stayed away from them, but yeah, the mind flayers.
Spaceball.
Oh yeah. And yeah, the Darrow are their lackeys basically. They have all the architecture and stuff they've built up down there. Rumor has it that Inquisitor Eknona had been chased out with her initial scouts from the Underdark by the Illithid.
We don't have to go down there, do we?
Don't worry, I can scare them too.
We have a whole Scooby shit.
I mean, if you've been tested, I can just remove the spike. If it goes crazy, I would just crush it.
Yeah.
Rin walked up.
No.
I don't want that. I don't want that again. Thank you.
Want what? I mean, I saw that you fell, but I get it.
Yeah, I'll walk outside too.
I cast Mind Sliver at the deer.
What's the DC?
21. Intelligence.
21.
Add your D4.
24.
She ups it? No.
No,
Oh, sorry, 20.
yeah.
The rock puns in chat.
I don't know if they still hear. Do they still hear it if they succeed? It just doesn't affect. It just doesn't hurt them.
I don't know. I actually don't remember the details of the cantrip.
It's a disorienting spike of psychic energy into the mind of one creature you can see within range. Target succeeds on an intelligence saving throw or takes 1d6 psychic damage.
Yeah, I'd say if they save, then no effect.
Okay.
Just doesn't make it in.
So it doesn't. He doesn't hear it at all.
Yeah, I'd say not.
Okay.
You're just glaring at me. What? Thought you were going outside. I'm obstinate today.
Please be going around.
Okay. Tell you what, make a medicine check as you. I assume. Actually, you know what? How are you taking it out? It's up to you. You tell me how you want to remove the spike from this brain.
Is it?
If it was just haphazardly, like, or
Is it like a clean one piece spike kind of thing, or does it have like barbs on it?
as from what you can see, there aren't any barbs on the spike.
Okay.
Granted, it is mostly embedded in the brain.
I will.
Kind of right between the two hemispheres.
I'd say I start to like carefully do it.
Okay.
I'm not just gonna be an ass. Even though I want to be, just to get up. But
As you carefully pull out the spike, you do not feel like there's much resistance to it. Does kind of slowly slide out. Make a either sleight of hand or medicine check if you're trying to delicately remove it.
oh, okay, sure. 22. for
Okay.
sleight of hand.
Nice. As you very carefully and delicately remove the spike from the brain, it slides out with not only no resistance to it or anything, but also like no bits being left behind or plucked out with it. You have successfully removed it whilst keeping the brain intact. Otherwise.
It's only because he said he wanted to study. Otherwise, it would have changed. I did it. Come back in now.
Rance kind of looks at you. I don't know, man.
I still don't hear anything.
Now you think they're making it up?
You both walk in, yeah, you see the brain in his hand and the spike in the other.
It's like an elaborate prank.
I wish I had thought of that. That would have been really funny. No, not by me anyway.
Now put it in the jar. And I walk back out of the hut.
Which one?
Yeah, he goes, wait.
Hold it. Slowly put the brain
And
in.
he yells in, okay.
Oh, it's already halfway in.
After you place the brain in the jar, at that point, you hear, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Kind of emanating both in your mind, but you can almost swear you can hear it too.
It's talking now.
What? I come back in.
Rance comes in with you. It's talking?
Yeah.
You said you placed it inside the jar.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for your assistance. That spike was quite painful.
Oh, you're welcome.
So, what is your name? Who do I have to thank for my, relief?
My name's Deer. What's your name?
I am Dazulna.
DiGiorno.
I was about to say it.
DiGiorno.
So,
Sounds like the word name.
what
Well-
happened to you to become a brain on a spike now in a jar?
Well, I was Dazolna. Unfortunately, I believe my mind has been ripped from my body, as you can see here. I have some awareness of my surroundings. Thank you for doing all of that. Unfortunately, I believe I was given to this hag, and she was the one who felt it was best to put a spike within me. I was a Daros savant, spellcaster amongst Yiv Thardul.
Okay.
They felt it was an adequate trade to give me to the hag for her cooperation. Unfortunately, I disagreed, but here I am anyway.
What do they want from her?
I think they were doing some sort of experimentation. I don't know what exactly. I think the hag had some sort of expertise on creating some sort of hybrid. Knowledge of how to alter giants, specifically.
Okay. That tracks.
Just got a bot in chat.
Hey, nice.
Bandit.
So, does everybody else get to hear you, or is it just a me thing right now?
Oh, no, everyone can hear. It's a certain radius. I think anyone within about 30 to 60 feet, somewhere around there. It is. As I say all of that.
600 miles.
Yeah. That's not the right stat block. I wanted
Actually, the elder brain.
Yeah. I wanted the non-core brain in the jar, not the brain in the jar. Which is even mine? Give me the telepathy
Goddamn page.
distance, damn it. It's supposed to have a telepathy distance. We're gonna give it 60 feet.
Okay.
Because I can't find it otherwise. I have to go to Sworn. I read it somewhere. Apparently not. So, I believe anyone that I want to be able to hear me within 60 feet can.
Okay. Yeah, so no more spike.
Which, again, thank you. You cannot imagine how painful that is.
Yeah, well, it's hard to imagine. I've never been spiked in the brain. I did get blown up once in time. That's probably different. That's
Oh.
quick.
Yeah,
Don't really remember that one too.
probably for the best.
But anyway, the hag, she's dead.
Hmm.
So I don't have to really worry about that anymore.
That is a relief. It kind of floats in the jar.
What the drow do want to investigate? How
Interesting. Is there one here?
yes. Just over there.
I go
You
in
see
front of the
Rast
jar.
Tower.
Tap on it. Can you see me?
Don't tap the jar, please. You hear the voice in your head. That is quite disruptive, and I ask you please not to tap the jar.
It's a jar.
Here's the jar there. Blah.
But yeah, I asked, like, can you see me? Can you see us?
I can sense you. I don't exactly see anymore.
Well, I won't.
As you kind of hoisted up, everyone can kind of hear, almost in a raised voice, telepathically still. You there, drow? Yes? Can you hear me? Not exactly, but I do understand you. Come closer. Radis kind of looks around. Do you think I should? I don't know if I should walk up there.
I think it's fine.
Funny.
I'll go in with you.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty benevolent so far. We need to help it, so.
Okay. Kind of walks up. I was kind of intrigued by the whole brain thing, but didn't mind hurt, and I'm not a fan of that.
Kelsey.
I apologize. That wasn't exactly something I meant to do, more just a reeling of, pain. So, I apologize for afflicting both yourselves, as the brain kind of floats over and gestures towards you, even, Rin, and your fellow compatriots over there. I am Dezolna, former Darrow Savant, and grateful for my release. Kind of looks. I say no problem, but it was really, I think, a fight on their end. Just here. Well, all the same. I believe if you have some sort of interest in getting into Thardul, I may be able to provide some assistance with that. I have intimate knowledge of that area.
It'd be very helpful. We do have something that we need out of it.
Yeah, I mean, we would very much appreciate that too. We've got eyes on the Illithid there and your Darrow kin. Yes, well, the Darrow felt it was appropriate to send me to a hag, so what sort of kinship do I really have to them?
It's neither hero nor Darrow.
Well, yeah, I think we're all appreciative of your assistance there. We're probably planning on heading back to Thoru'Forek, thank you. I was like, Thoru'Forek. I'm like, nope, that's not it. Thoru'Forek. So, if you're okay with heading back with us, I can carry you, I suppose? That should be adequate. I will accompany you, and we can discuss more things on the long way.
Do you know why they sent you to the bed?
I think they were threatened by my abilities. Unfortunately, I don't exactly have quite the spellcasting ability that I had before. Problem with savants is that while innately connected and tied to magic, it's best to maintain a certain amount of control over them. And I think that they prefer to keep our numbers somewhat small. Best not to have too many. The Darrow realize that they have innate connections to magic and being able to call upon it when you have overlords as the Illithid. Lest they rise up, as sometimes Darrow do.
Literally typing so they don't rise up against them, as you said. Vulcan man, no. That's unfortunate. I did meet a couple Darrow once, and I spoke to them mind to mind, and they ran screaming at terror. It was quite funny.
Oh. I assume those probably were not the kin of Thardul.
No. No, they were on the mainland.
They probably escaped their Illithid captors and, if I had to guess, were terrified of any sort of telepathy being presented to them.
Yeah. Really.
Well, those were once my kin, so...
They were, serving a really not great fire genie. So, we did give them the option to live and run. So, it worked in their favor, I guess.
That is nothing I've heard before. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. It's a wild world out there.
So, you allow them to escape and leave?
Oh, well, we gave them the option. They didn't take it. But...
Ah, I see. That's
The
unfortunate.
what were they? The giant, the fire giants did though. They did take it. They ran, so we let them go hang out with the. Was it a fire elemental? Was that what he was?
He was just like a fire giant.
Was he a fire giant? What were they then? They were like big guys too.
Well, there was the shapeshifters.
I don't remember. It was so long ago. So many battles ago.
Sounds like you're quite the adventurous. Let's take down the troll hag. You must have been. So, either way, thank you. Well, what are we waiting on?
Our friend's having a rough time over there.
Oh, yeah, should be pretty soon though, right? And it's about that time.
I'm gonna walk up to him and be like, this guy, he's rock solid. And I'm hitting his belly and ass. As I hit him,
Whoa! I thank God you're alive. They killed 2 more of us. We need help.
have you been aware the whole time, or?
My God. Izzy, you're almost as tall as Rin. How long was I gone? You've all aged so much.
It's been 6 years.
6 years stuck with them.
Yeah.
Have you just been hiding here from the Shattered? What happened?
Well, there
know.
was an uprising, okay, and the rest of Tasha is gone. We lost, and
Isle of Shadow is the only safe haven.
the only safe.
I can take you to my people. You'll have sanctuary there.
Arandis, you made it.
Gets in on it.
I did.
You remembered us
Or
from
wait,
before.
was it Arandis saying that, or was it?
Yeah, it was Arandis, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You remembered us from before. He found us whenever we came here to seek refuge.
You're lucky I'm a drow. I wouldn't have lived otherwise.
Anyway.
It's been 4 years.
But really, how long was I?
Oh, like 24 hours.
It's been
Oh,
all day.
okay.
Why
Why do you all look so old?
I mean, without your rejuvenating presence around, we just fall to pieces.
So I should probably. I'm assuming being petrified is not very restful.
It's not, but I mean, you're like, frozen in time kind of thing. So yeah, you didn't get a long rest if that's what you're asking.
Right.
Right.
So yeah, I'm feeling about 20%.
Oh, right, yeah.
So
I mean, we're all bored though, so we
I was gonna say, I know y'all have been.
We could probably
standing here for a
walk
while.
for a bit, and then you could take a long rest tonight.
You have a piggyback ride?
How long does it take to get to your village?
It'll be a couple days.
Oh,
So-
okay. I'm sure we won't find any danger here
No
on the Isle
danger
of Sunshine and Happiness.
on the Isle of
That is
Eternal
not the name of this
Joy.
island. Yeah. I mean, even we call it the Isle of Eternal Shadows, so
For a reason.
yeah.
I don't know why.
But I can navigate you through a lot of the kind of barren wastelands, and I can get you there
That'd
without
be a fun time.
hopefully having too much of the wildlife and wandering monsters get in our way.
Well, tell you what. I'm gonna cast heal on myself.
Alright,
And I'm up to 92.
that's good.
So, okay, I think I'm
Yeah, good.
okay.
I feel a
I have
little
enough
better.
spell slots that it won't be a huge issue if we get into the fight. I hope. Depends on how big the fight is, I suppose.
We're gonna at least get another turn. If something does 92 damage to you in one turn, that's probably fine.
What's up? Well, whenever you guys are ready to head out, I mean, it doesn't matter to me what time of day we're walking, so.
Yeah, me either. It's fun.
Specialize?
My brain.
Yeah.
Flash him at him.
Oh, okay. A little weird.
Flashing around.
I thought you just may have had better dark vision, not that. All right, cool.
Oh yeah, I got that too. Yeah, 5 teams.
All right, it's weird. So, whenever you guys are ready to head out.
Weird. God, these are... Yeah.
got lasers in my eyes and they won't glow.
I was thinking it.
Nice. So, as you head out, it takes basically the better part of 2 days to get from the Escafir Woods, where you're at currently. Actually, a bit over 2 days, actually. To get from the Escafir Woods to Thoru'Forek. So, could I have either the entire party can make a survival check when navigating through the Isle of Eternal Shadow, or you could have 2 people, and potentially Uranus would be one of them.
A survival check, you say?
Right, let's see.
I can do a survival check.
Tell you what, let's do a group one,
Oh, I got it.
and then so you have your choices of survival, perception. I could even go investigation.
You're giving us the choice. I'm definitely going perception.
It's the same plus bonus for each for me. So probably survival.
Survival or which?
Survival, perception, or investigation.
You got it.
Oh well, investigation is nothing for me. But perception is
How about
survival.
persuasion?
Nope.
Stalk my way into this island.
Yeah.
Yes.
28 perception.
30%.
16 survival.
18 investigation.
Okay.
14 survival.
All right. So yeah. So I'd say for purposes of this, I will leave it up to Rin and Daruk as to who they want to have roll a d20. I'm sorry, d12.
Between the two of us.
It's up to you who you want to roll the d12. You two can discuss. It's a
Do you want
chance
it?
roll, but it's fun.
Do we
So you
want
guys
it
get to
to be
decide who's
hard
going to
or-
roll.
I don't want to be at fault. So I don't want to roll.
Okay, high or low?
It's
Is it just between those
no,
two?
it's up to them.
I was gonna say.
No, he said we could choose anybody, not just ourselves. So I'm just saying,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't want to be the one.
I'll
Right,
roll
Chosen
it.
one. I don't want to be the chosen one.
I'll roll it. I'll be the
You'll roll?
agent.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay with
Catching
that.
up on my notes.
How dare you take notes?
A D12.
D12, yes.
This one.
Yes.
No, not that one.
Wrong one.
That one. No, not that one. That one.
Not there.
What have you done?
One.
Okay.
God dang.
Rocks fall.
Everybody down.
Have a seat,
It's a bird,
man.
Right, yeah. So, with that,
Drop ring.
giant birds come flying out of the sky. I'm just kidding. So as you're navigating through the Isle of Eternal Shadow, and Uranus is kind of leading you along the way, everything's going pretty well for the first day. And in the second day, so you basically break through the Escafir Woods, and as you make it into the desolate wastelands, Uranus leads you past the lake to where they basically look effectively kind of like what Daruki had seen in your vision, these kind of almost salt flats, where the earth is gray and dark, rocky. There's not much of a path to anything, it's just desolate, barren, like salt flats, effectively.
Is it covered in bones? Like I think in one of my first visions, it was covered in bones.
The current place that you're at is not, but you have seen a place like that. You've also seen salt flats like this, though, too. There's been a kind of variety of terrain that you've seen. So, as you continue walking, you see Uranus take a moment, and as he's walking about, you see him pause for just a brief moment. Kind of does the Navy SEAL, pulling up the hand to stop everybody.
Rin snorts.
Turns back. Shh. Listening for something.
Just said shush.
Here. You see him kind of look up. Hear that? After he says that, you hear an oh. howl kind of lingering in the air.
I've heard that.
Where from here?
Right.
Yeah, we need to ruddy up. We might have a wandering pack. Can everybody get a little
Why
closer?
does everything he says sounds like it came out of a combat play? I mean,
Hey, can I pet the wolves?
What's that?
Are these wolves?
So as you see him looking around, you kind of quickly surveys. Like, no, we need to get closer. If you have light sources, get him out there quick. You see him draw 2 blades from his sides. Think we're gonna be in for a fight.
How big are the light source?
Whatever you got.
I am a mall.
As he raise up, you see shadows begin moving about the actual earth itself. As you see them start kind of almost circling around, you see at a moment one of them almost in a puff of what looks like smoke, very large dog appear and then vanish again.
Well, let me pet the dog. Can I pet that dog?
And there we go.
I didn't believe dogs.
As you begin walking
Wait,
up
that's
and
on the list.
do you actually go to try and pet one of them?
Can I pet that dog?
Go pet that dog.
It's up to you whether you want to
Yeah.
try.
Did you give us a
That's
lecture
on the
about you
list.
wouldn't touch the mushrooms, but you'll
Tony,
touch a
did you
shadow
finally
dog.
consult?
Dogs ain't
with-
never done anything bad.
So as you continue getting closer, tell you what, go ahead and roll initiative. Since
during this interim period,
yeah,
can we cast a light at one point?
A mall.
yeah, for sure. He called out if you have light sources, cast them, call them.
I have my mall.
And we have not had a rest since we left.
You said it was day
You
2.
have.
So
You
you've
have.
had a
Oh,
little
we
while.
have. Okay. So I would be.
We would gain the system with our spells so that you would be fully healed.
Oh yeah, I would have healed myself then before the yeah, because I only had like 20 health to go.
Talk to myself.
So we've used
And I would have cast.
0 poultices.
I would have cast Death Ward on.
Death Ward!
That's the main reason I was asking, was so I knew.
Where's my pencil? Take it out.
Izzy's got it.
Slight retcon. You are amongst ruins. Yeah, ruins amongst the salt flat.
Ooh.
As Uranus, we'll say that as Uranus kind of looks and surveys what's happening, he leads you to where you can see some ruins. And place your minis.
Rainier's gonna be right next to the enemies.
Basically, foundations lie with not many standing walls, a couple barren trees. And then, that up there.
It's me. Yeah, it's you.
Where you won't be.
I'd be by you.
Hate everything.
Hey, nothing happened.
I hate everything. That was so immediate.
No.
I'm not the only one with this.
I ain't got no legs.
I hate it so much.
I ain't got no legs.
You that damn.
Gonna need a bunch of
You can change into a robot for today.
Don't like that. How would I?
Oh no.
For anybody that couldn't hear, Tony just said, "I'm gonna need a bunch of these," and it looks like a whole lot of minis.
No.
Okay.
Anywhere in particular?
Just next to you guys.
Oh, that's a random.
Alright, so. Uranus Morset.
Yeah.
Who's Jaegering? Rainier.
Oh, are we? Or are we just
I don't know how to Jaeger his character. It seems complicated.
He's just gonna sit it out.
Yes. Cut
Sit there and
yourself,
watch.
cut the enemy.
Cut yourself, cut the enemy.
One
That's
for
fair.
me, one for you.
That's
Cut
fair.
yourself, ask a question, cut the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But don't give them time to respond.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna toss these out
No! Why?
because I don't have anything that's fitting for it.
Those aren't dogs.
Those are just fat ants.
They're placeholders because I don't have enough of any one thing.
Ants don't
I
have.
assume they're in a making a circle around us.
Oh yeah.
How far?
I
How
really get to
close?
cut loose.
You pet a dog.
And I need
Ah,
Let me pet that dog.
pet that dog.
pop, pop. And then you know what? I need some
Mm,
a little more easily.
that's not what I wanted.
We got cats now.
Oh,
Pet that dog.
Let me pet that dog.
We're getting surrounded. Thanks, I hate it.
Okay. And there are 5. So what you can see are
We
these
didn't have any
very
chocolate pudding in the fridge.
basically oversized dogs that are both, one might say, blinking in and out of existence. 5 of which a bit larger than the others. One of these things is like the others. As they appear out of the nothing, out of the shadows. They say, "Hello, Yugi." See them snarl at you viciously. All right. Oh, and I need to move my camera. Table cam. Come on, baby. Blink doge.
I just love the idea that there's one that's an absolute unit. Just like fucking chunk.
That's the one we're taming. The rest
Yeah.
of them die, but that one.
That one lives. Nobody touches that dog. Torkiran, now it's your moment. This is the one. We need you to tame this dog.
You guys like to play a children's card game?
All right, so we're gonna start from
I
left
love
to right.
Children's card game.
Who's Jaegering Rainier?
You get sent to the shadow realm.
Are we? Do we need to?
You may not. Daruk, we'll start with you.
Initiative?
Yes.
15.
Yep. Rainier? Or Rin? Sorry.
14.
Okay. Ragirin.
14.
Ooh.
What's your deck?
My dex is 16.
Yep.
Right? Vidir.
15.
What's your dex?
Yeah.
16.
Mine is 14.
Yep.
Should have asked this in a different way. There we go. Okay.
15, 14, 14, 15. Easy. If you
Easy.
didn't get a 14 or a 15.
21.
Oh,
Ruined.
That's
If
it.
you
Out
were
of the
gonna-
party.
if you were gonna get one that was wrong, though.
Right, it's got to be 20.
Yep. And then we will have.
Oh, okay. Are they all going on the same time zone?
Yeah. For simplicity's sake, I'm just gonna have them go on. I'm gonna have them go on 2 different turns. So we'll have big ones. That did not roll correctly. Yep. And small ones. Okay. So the smaller ones are on count 9.
1.
Ah,
How many big dogs? 4? 5?
5 of the big dogs
Doges.
are on count 6.
Hot diggity down.
All right, so first up is Uranus. So as Uranus looks at these dogs. He yells out, "Okay, pack of shadow mastiffs. Let's make short work of them."
Shadow.
They're not like dogs.
They're not.
They're not.
You said you wanted light?
All dogs are good dogs.
How disappointing. All right, so as he
Rin
runs
just
up,
says, your corpses are useless.
he like starts to run over. Damn, and runs over. Makes 3 attacks with his scimitars. Okay, so first one's a hit. Actually, that's it. Just the first one. He rolled low on the other 2 attacks.
No.
So he runs over and hits one of them for some, decent damage.
Oh, hey.
Which one's he hit?
We're just saying the nearest one to it. Just
Big one there?
yeah, I'll go for one pick.
You could have.
7 points of damage. Watch out. Yeah, dealt pretty lackluster. That's okay. Yeah. All right. So moving on. Izzy.
What did he hit with?
His swords.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know what he rolled.
What's up?
I didn't say what he rolled, but he hit with a
7 points
sword.
damage.
What?
7 points of damage.
With the sword.
Oh, you're asking what was his to hit?
Yeah.
His to hit was a 24.
I feel like that just hits.
Just barely.
Yeah, just barely.
Fairy fire.
Okay.
Fairy fire on
You? They fire on the cow?
Right.
Wow.
Every enemy in a
Especially
20
on
foot
Cat, aka Gordon.
You can't just very fire
every enemy in a 20-foot area to the
They're not awakened.
the parties like this, to the right of the party, north.
Okay.
Nori.
So
gotta
if it's a
get Gordon
20-foot
awoken.
area, it's 20. So it's 4x4 cube.
Oh, yeah.
These guys.
4 cube is this. I think you can get 3.
On top. Oh yeah.
Or whatever it's so.
Okay.
Do you have like little
Or if you
rings?
want to use the, I
Milk rings?
was gonna say the bottle rings. That works too.
Oh, yeah. There's the.
We'll
Oh
grab some
yeah,
bottle
that'd be
rings.
probably better. This would be a little rough to clean up swiftly.
Hmm.
I'll keep those there though. There's that spell slot.
Christian, you'll use these. Might make it a bit easier to see which ones are affected. So the save, I believe, is a dexterity. Is that correct?
Oh, sorry.
Dex save 18.
Yeah, fail. That's pretty high. So yeah, they fail. So,
Any 3 in particular, you could get, I think, 3 in a 20-foot cube.
Okay,
So,
the
maybe
lizard,
these 3.
the spider you got it on, and the spider to the right of the lizard.
Ants. They're
Yes, ants. Fat, chunky ant boys.
ants. 6 legs.
Yeah, and that'll be my turn.
okay, good year.
Said he wanted light. So, I'll give him light.
Let it be light.
Daylight. Okay, where at?
Like centered on us, I guess, in our area.
Okay.
The ground.
You're up next.
As the daylight comes out, you see him. Okay, wasn't ready for all that.
You said you wanted light.
Dad.
But you see, all of these shadow mastiffs are instantly brought to light, literally. So you can see all of them clearly. Before they were kind of the shifting shadow, like smoke effect about them, but now they are all clearly visible. in
Are
front
they
of you.
cute?
No,
No.
no. They are full mastiffs where they have these like gnarly teeth. They look like, yeah, bad dogs.
He's
I-
just
I
a little guy.
Rarely say, but yeah.
That makes me feel better. I don't think I could kick a puppy.
It's just a little guy. You can't hit him just because his teeth is a little lame.
Oh, Cassian. Yeah.
Here we go, judging
Boy,
things by their
Boy.
appearance again.
So daylight. Then it shines a huge radius too, as far as I can recall.
60-foot bright light, 60-foot additional dim light.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
That's a lot of light.
I believe it is light
a
like
lot
the
of
sun
light.
specifically.
Correct.
Like it says, even like sunlight. I believe.
Here comes the sun. Do-do-do-do.
Maybe not.
No, it's just bright light. If it overlaps with an area of darkness created by a spell of certain level or lower.
Yeah. Interesting point. Okay. Never mind.
It's alright.
So where the frick? Okay. Alright.
Is it a wall of light you're thinking of?
I thought. Oh no, I know what I'm thinking of. It's dawn and sunburst sunbeam.
Oh, okay.
They're specifically listing as sunlight. So they are brought to light, so they can be clearly seen. And there you have it.
There you have it.
Nothing additional happens.
There you
Well,
have it.
other stuff happens too, but that is it. Yes. So, all right. So that's casting. Are you good where you're at then?
I
Once
moved
you-
over just a little bit. But
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Daruk, you're up.
Alright, I think if I'm standing here, they are all within 30 feet of me except this one, I think. Yeah, so I think this is the only one that's not. So I am going to cast Destructive Wave.
Whoa.
Okay.
I'll leave it at 5th level. I won't upcast it. And I will max the thunder damage, so it's 30 thunder damage and then 5d6 radiant damage.
Okay. If I recall correctly, it's each creature you choose. Yeah.
19 radiant damage and 30 thunder.
19.
And yeah, it's creatures I choose, so
Okay.
to all of them except this one that was just out of range.
Now, is there a save involved?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry. Constitution save.
Okay. And what's the number to hit?
18.
Okay. All right. The encounter's over.
All right.
So, with the exception of one of the masters.
Got a little pent up rage there?
Yeah, I was feeling a little stiff after yesterday.
Yeah,
I
just
had to
needed
really
to-
stretch it out.
Give it a little,
Yeah.
yeah, limber up.
So, as this massive wave of both radiant light but also thunderous roar coming and emanating from Daruk spreads outward, rippling the ground itself, you see parts of the soil, the kind of completely dry rock erupt up into the air and then get thrown outward as the dogs burst into just smoke and shadow and are gone, with one standing there.
Tame that one.
Oh, Pokeball!
Yeah.
Can't pet that dog.
The rest are just turned into nothing.
I love this mental picture that like these dogs appeared right in their like shadowy dust, and your verbal component of this spell is just a dad sneeze, like it's just
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I sneezed. I'm not allowed to sneeze, huh?
I love it. Shit.
Way to go, Ron.
So, yeah, well done, Daruk.
Womp womp.
Dragirin, you're up.
Can't pet that dog.
Sure.
So to the Doranus is like, all right, get prepared, everybody get close and get together. Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
he like slept. It's gone.
Too good.
Wait,
Alright.
you have the light sensitivity thing now, where like whenever somebody flashes the light at you, you sneeze.
You sneeze.
Oh yeah, because you cast daylight.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's always when the people that have it's whenever they get like a very large change in light. So if like somebody flashes them with a flashlight, they sneeze.
There you go. That's it.
Animal
So-
handling check.
Okay. Joe, go for it.
Pet that dog.
Pet that dog.
Won't pet that dog in.
Pet that dog. 13.
13.
Plus a d4.
I'm just here. You run spells.
So 14?
Okay. So just describe to me how you're going to walk up and try and approach this animal.
Well, first you gotta hold your hand out so they can get a sniff.
Mhm.
Know that you're not,
You have business.
you know,
Do you hand
You can be
spray it,
trusted.
or do you fist?
hand out.
Okay.
Let them
Dangerous.
sniff about your hand.
So as
You
you
get a
kind
finger
of
bit.
slowly, kind of carefully walk up to it, showing you're not a threat. Maybe your other hand's up with your one hand out. Where's your other hand? What's your other hand doing?
You doing a haka at it?
You gotta give him that. Ha!
We're terrible.
Reeling it. Trying to get an answer.
I'm gonna kind of just have my hand out, the other one out,
Okay.
like that.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna try and pet that dog.
Okay. So as you very cautiously
So you're
and
Chris Pratt in Jurassic Park right now.
yeah, very carefully walking up, you can see it's bearing this just nasty maw, just snarling at you, and you can tell it's not interested in what you're trying to do right
Can I throw it a piece of meat?
now. Yes. You can. That'll be your turn then.
Okay.
So you can see it wasn't successful, but then as you toss the meat down, you see it kind of and just snarls, snatches it up, starts just ripping at it. And I'm gonna say that's actually it for its turn when it approaches it.
Could I go ahead?
Yeah. Technically, Rin's up next.
Okay.
It's ugly, right?
If you want a visual. Hang on. It's over.
Oh, it's like all teeth.
What are its nails? What is happening?
Claws, yeah, it's a monster.
It needs to be.
Granted, it looks like a dog.
What was the
But it is.
dragon in World of Warcraft with the metal jaw?
Definitely.
Death. It looks like Deathwing if Deathwing was a dog.
No, over here.
Death dog.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's a good boy.
That
Well, actually, don't lie.
Love no floppy ears.
It does have floppy ears.
I am gonna hit it with
You said what?
crystal beam.
Crystal beam. Okay.
I saw the radiant damage seemed to do really well.
She going around me or
Through your legs.
You're sitting there bent over.
It's
it's
29.
impossible?
Oh yeah, that hits.
No.
No, that's a percentage check. Just
50% to hit it.
Mm-hmm. 27 points.
Okay. So as the crystal beam strikes the dog, you see it recoil completely. As it has the meat in its mouth, it just scooped it up. You can hear it kind of recoil. That yip almost
Did it
sound.
make a cute noise, Tony?
As it made almost like a yip sound.
No, I was gonna pet that dog.
A bit more guttural, so like you see it turn around and
What?
it begins to run.
My hard
Okay.
work.
gave it to me for free.
Yeah. Dragon, I'll give you dexterity check if you want to try and react to potentially just like grab it and wrestle it. If you want to make a grapple check, I'll give you that.
Even when it's been shot and it's running away, now it's all scared.
It wasn't scared when we disintegrated all of its pack.
It doesn't know where that came from.
It saw it happen and probably then saw Dorgiran walking up towards it and immediately was locked in on Dorgiran. So it's up to you what you want to do.
A grapple check, or
Yeah, if you want to try and make a grapple check.
I must add to my beast stable.
The menagerie.
Yeah,
This would be an athletics. Oh no, sorry. This would be a yeah.
athletics.
Yep, athletics check.
25.
Okay. So as it turns and it actually briefly begins to start to vanish as it's running away from you. But as you're seeing this happen with your danger sense as it is, and you can see that this dog's about to start booking, you chase after it, and as it just gets into that dim light and starts to vanish, you reach out and grab.
My maul is with me.
We'll have the flavor still go with it, because you can have it turned off, whatever. It's fun doing it this way. So as you reach out and grab, you feel the scruff of the neck of a big healthy dog get picked up by you as you hear as you hoist it up and walk back to your friends. You see it kind of
Dangling.
I'm gonna pet it. I'm gonna pet it on the head.
Okay, make another animal handling check. I'll give you an advantage this time.
Oh, I was gonna say on my turn I was gonna cast enhance ability on him, so he has advantage on wisdom check.
Oh, okay.
But gave him advantage.
He gave it some food.
Oh, not good at all. These are terrible. Both of them are terrible.
The most terrible. Do you spend your sword?
No. 7.
Okay. Well, it's still snarling at you. Still definitely aggressive, but you still have it grappled. So
Give it the old Caesar Milan.
I'm just trying to like pet it on the head, like on the back of its head, like by its ears.
it doesn't seem to be working. It's pretty angry still.
Could
You got it picked up though, so it is held by you.
I can give it
Could I
another piece of meat.
assist and cast animal friendship on it, but would you allow me to change the spell to like be friendly with him instead of me?
Interesting. Check something real quick about that. I think that would charm the creature if I recall.
Yeah, it
correctly.
charms it.
Okay.
It's
We wanna-
charmed by you for the spell's duration.
I
Yeah,
want to. I want to keep it. I don't want to, because the charm will eventually wear off.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's got
interesting.
24 hours, right?
So, as you cast it, it has no effect.
Okay.
So you cast it and you're like, hey, who's the good one? You see, kind of snaps at you. You're like, okay. Nope.
It must not be an actual pupper.
Can I kind of give it like another piece of meat, maybe?
Sure.
See if it'll tempt him a little bit.
So you
And
kind of
then-
sound like, "Arr."
And then I'm gonna cast a level 1 healing word on it.
Okay. You see it start to relax a little bit, healed a
So
bit from the attack, and then
for 5.
a bit more food. Yeah, goes a little bit farther. You can see it's still kind of like, but it's not actively snarling and biting anymore.
Okay.
You still have it grappled, like it's still held by you.
I'm gonna.
Rados looks at you. Are you trying to tame this thing?
I will cast enhance ability on him.
Want to try? I want to try and pet it again, just to try and calm it down.
Okay, sure. I'll give you a flat roll on the. Well, actually, so you got enhanced ability at this point. So go ahead and make another animal handling check.
Oh, much better. 16?
Okay. So you pet it. You can still it's still snarling at you, but it's not trying to bite your hand anymore. So you're petting it, and you're like, okay. Little bits of progress, but you can tell that this is, I mean, a wild creature,
Yeah, yeah.
and technically not a beast to begin with, but it's fun.
I mean, Gordon wasn't a beast either.
Sure.
We made that work. So I'm gonna hold my hand out in front of it, but not like close enough for it to bite.
Okay.
Close enough for it to like sniff.
So you'll hold your hand out, and you can see it just kind of snarling still. Just it's not trying to smell, just growling.
You gonna keep this thing in the hut with us when we sleep tonight?
Maybe. I'll step away from the group a little bit, and then I'm going to let it go while holding like my hand out in front to see if it'll sniff or calm down.
You let it go, and it looks at you briefly, and just and then starts to run away.
Oh man! At least I
See it
pet.
again one day.
At least I pet that dog.
True, you did. No.
Crystal.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay.
I crystal beam Ren in exchange.
It's like shooting bottle rockets at each other.
22.
You said, "Oh man," didn't you?
But I forget I have a plus 13.
Okay, yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, no, you absolutely hit.
You're the one to remember them.
Let's see, so that's 20. Okay.
Can I dodge? Can I jump in front of it?
I'm gonna say you weren't expecting this to happen.
20.
Okay. So with the beam fired off, you see the Shadow Massive vanish into nothingness.
You killed it.
Cast it back to the Shadow Realm.
That was a good boy.
No, it just blinked into the darkness, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, going back to his home.
Yes.
With a big radiant looking beam leading right back to her end.
It was an assisted return.
Quick draw.
Sorry, this beam of light. You know. And let's just say it wasn't glinting off your maul. I don't know. That was just a light flare. Weird.
It's a
We
beam.
just have a discussion about life.
Beams make noise because like they crackle, right? Yeah. Would crystal beam makes noise, right?
Doesn't say.
It does not explicitly say. I always thought that it was just a burst of light. But I would assume that there is probably some sort of like, in my head I was like, it's like a laser sound, like reflecting light, like maybe some kind of like glinting, like
Oh, wouldn't like
The way that
a
I always
shimmer
pictured it was like when you shoot fireball. It's like a dot beam, and then
Does it have a vocal component when you cast it though?
Yeah.
Don't you have to?
sure wouldn't it? I don't know how it works.
crystal beam cannon.
I'm just like
I'm a fire and Malays.
Yeah, there you go.
Chris,
but,
like
like-
several steps like Chris.
Yeah.
But
It's crystal beam.
I mean, is it just pure light? Is
It
it
is.
heat?
Yes.
Is it like photons?
Effectively, yes. So the way I always kind of imagined is that part of the material component was that there's a crystal in it, so it sounds like you're refracting light through a crystal and then firing at it as a condensed beam.
So really, it's Vidir's fault for casting sunlight because I'm harnessing his light.
Oh my god.
Interesting. Yeah. Not about that.
What have I done?
Concentrated power of the sun.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Except it's on the ground.
The way I've always heard it in my head is there's a specific audio sound that elementals in Hearthstone make. Like there's a specific light one that I've always heard is a specific way. I'll have to find it, but not gonna hold up the game for that.
In my head, I hear the the old sci-fi horror movies when like the monster would shoot a beam and it made that like
Oh, yeah,
noise.
yeah.
That's what I hear. in my
I,
head.
I feel like it would. I always felt like it would make like a crack, because because it would be like affecting the air essentially.
Okay, yeah.
Rapidly,
Yeah.
like cavitation.
Cool
Gotcha.
how people perceive things.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody's got
I
a
always,
different take
I
on
always
it.
love
Yeah.
hearing like, oh, in my head, this is what I see. I love that.
Also, what's Ren's
Like shards of glass
AC?
clinking together.
17.
What's that?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got her.
Are you shooting at me right now?
Well, I rolled an 18,
Uh-huh.
and that's 16 radiant from crystal beam.
Silvery barbs. Roll again.
You thought?
18 still.
Okay.
Dang.
So yeah, Ren, as you burst the Shadow Mastiff, you then get that flash of light as you turn. You kind of get hit with it. And you look and, oh yeah, your vision kind of came to briefly as, Dorgirin just lowers his hand.
It's like when
I was making progress.
You were not, and I cannot believe you hit your glass cannon for damage in a place where we can't fucking heal.
You shouldn't have shot the dog. I was making progress.
You were not. You're absolutely delusional. You were literally insane.
He took the meat. I pet him. He didn't attack. That's progress.
something about this island that just drives
Where was
party
it gonna
members to each other's throats.
It's like rain on your wedding day.
Oh my god.
I don't know what that means.
Does.
Uranus, you ought to know what that means.
You ought to know.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
Yep.
I've been waiting for an opportunity.
It's pretty great. Give yourself inspiration for that. It'll last for the next game too.
Oh.
Hmm.
Isn't it ironic?
Well, that was intense. Head, keep going. Keep going.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what, Izzy?
What did I do? Just like taking
You
it
want
out
to
of
pull a card?
Pick a card. Yes. Answer yes. Emphatically. Yeah. We're doing this.
teasing me like that.
When
Yeah.
Ren gets pissed, she's absolutely unhinged. It's like, I want to watch
That
the
tracks.
world burn. I don't care what happens. You
So
want
we
chaos?
continue.
I'll give you chaos.
So, as Uranus continues leading you through the salt flats and everything, and you eventually break beyond the ruins, and you find yourselves moving closer towards the mountain range to the west, you do find that there is, to kind of paint the picture as to how you see things. So, though, much like it is constantly darkened and dim light everywhere, you do have the horizon that you can see beyond you, and the horizon forces a rocky mountain ridge. So you can see the spires climbing up that encircle the Isle of Eternal Shadow, with the ever-present clouds up in the sky that hang ever-present, that are just dark, shadowy gray masses that occasionally you might see some light reflected through it, but it never reaches you completely. So, as you continue moving along, and you eventually get to a place where you can see, let's go here. There we go. So you eventually get to a point where the shadows of the mountains pointing towards the sky, forming the horizon, grow taller and in a very slow manner, but you can see that you're making progress. And as you drudge ever westward, you move across the barren landscape of gray rock until eventually, as Uranus mentions, we're getting closer. Vidir, you and him first see the craters and scorch marks that begin to dot the landscape. These look fresher than any of the kind of remnants of a long forgotten battle that may have taken place here. have been eroded through just wind and what you cannot imagine would be rain, given that you haven't seen any rain falling out since you arrived, despite the ever-present cloud cover. But you see those craters and scorch marks, and initially they look like probably just small depressions within the soil until you actually recognize, no, these actually look like they're signs of battle now. Signs of battle. And eventually, the darkened soil that you're traveling across heads to a gravel road, leading through this land of conflict. As he continues leading you westward, you eventually see those tall mountains, the shadows of them anyway, still growing larger, begin to actually kind of get interspaced between either valleys or something else, to where you can see that though you don't have much vision beyond you, the mountains, they appear to be closer to the north and south than westward. And as you continue moving that way, this is the first time you've actually smelled kind of that damp, musky air. That smell of decaying leaves, and even almost like a crisp cedar in the air, as everyone eventually smells this. You then hear the rustle of what sounds like leaves or maybe even needles off in the distance, wind moving through them, sound you haven't heard for a few days, but one that has a bit of a different resonance to it. The air itself feels heavier, something that actually you hadn't recognized. It's moisture. The dry, desolate lands you've been traveling across are behind you now. And you even see the shadow, at least, of a bird flying in the sky. Something, again, that you hadn't considered, you haven't seen for days. As Uranus continues leading you up, everyone now at this point can see that this gravel road is weaving between craters, scorch marks. What you can find are arrows stuck in the ground. As you're walking up, he says, well, we're not far now. Welcome to Thoru'Forek.
All this from you guys, or is this something that predated?
We keep the area about our settlement well guarded and protected. We should be at the wall here in just a couple minutes.
Signal or anything like that? Or...
I'll take care of that.
You want another light? I'll give you another light.
No, that's okay. I'll just
let me know.
do my normal thing. It's fine. At this point, he holds up his hands and you hear him make a bird call that night. Woo, woo. As you then recognize, you heard a call not unlike that just a few moments ago. But then you hear a returning back. And as you then finally get to see a massive iron and stone wall that you're approaching, these huge doors open up. You can hear the grinding of stone and the actual doors moving against the rock. As he points out to you, dear, only you alone, since he thinks that you're the one who can see it. See that mound over there?
Mm-hmm.
Those lead to subterranean tunnels that our foot soldiers can come out through.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I get the good surprise of that one.
When necessary, yeah, we can deploy pretty quickly. Keep the wall safe too and the gates shut.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So he walks up. Ranger Uranus reporting. And you can hear somebody shout back, welcome back.
Rin snorts again.
Back soldier.
As he leads you in, you pass through the gates and walking in, you have this dim green light on these lampposts that actually provide a little bit of illumination to the area. They don't appear to be any sort of like flickering torch, but rather magical sconces that gives a bit more illumination to the area, even though while the drow may not find it necessary, it does help. Moving through, you can see that as this road kind of begins to weave, you entered a space where there's this kind of larger clearing. And as you can see through some of the light provided in the distance, you're nestled within a valley along the western mountain range, where this road weaves through what looks like these kind of hillier spaces. Small kind of structured settlements are built out. Some of the architecture is varied. Some of it has this kind of purple aesthetic to it, where there are harsh angles, but almost like a smooth design to it, elegant. We recognize typically elven construct. The deep purples and violets of the structure kind of almost lean towards drow aesthetics. But as you eventually move farther through and Uranus kind of leads you on, you do see a couple other types of styles of structure that vary drastically from the aesthetic that these drow structures have. The other two type, one of them, is a stone, an ancient stone structure, seemingly built thousands of years ago. More fitting of what would be something akin to like a jungle aesthetic than whatever this elven, elegant style and architecture had been built. As you walk by these areas, you see, though the elven area has a healthy amount of grass and vegetation and some fens even that grow about, and then you notice them actually growing about the entire area, these older structures are just caked in mud. Not on the outside, but the floor, the ground. There's no grass, it is just harsh mud. And as what looks vaguely lizard folk-like person walks out, you see a fairly well-armored individual as his snout pokes out from the shadows of this ancient structure. It looks at you and kind of snarls, licks its lips. You hear him yell out, "Uranus, you brought food?" It's over. "No, these are friends, not food." I couldn't help myself. He says, "Don't mind the troglodytes. They're they don't have the manners of the rest of us." They just see things as either something to kill and then something to eat, or something to try to eat even if it's not dead yet.
Were they here when your people got here, or did you bring them, or?
We got here first. I'll bring you to Inquisitor Nona, and she'll give you the lay of the land. Make your case to her about whatever you have planned on this island. But we have a little bit of ways to still go.
Should we be worried about talking to her? Is she
nice?
friendly to our cause? I mean, is she gonna...
That's something for you to work out with her.
So no. Not.
I don't know.
You've never met this person?
I've been in rooms with her, but no. You're the first ones that I thought may actually have something to speak to her about.
Do you want to?
I'd prefer not. She's a little intimidating, to be honest.
Sure.
We can handle that part.
If it goes well, you want us to put in a good word?
No, that's quite all right.
I'm just off the radar.
I'm here to scout things out, keep a low profile, ideally not speak to the Inquisitor.
Okay.
Keeps leading you on.
Does he still have the brain? Or do you have it?
I assume I just carry it for him, I guess. It's being at a brain.
Can I pet that brain?
As he continues leading you on, you do see the other type of structure beyond the elven variety or the ancient stone ones. These ones are leather bound, and they have large pieces of wood and kind of bones attached to them. As he walks you past some of these, you see what looks like a smaller humanoid, about the size of a gnome, but with a bit more of a spikier, scaly aesthetic to it. As you've encountered kobolds before, this one comes up to you and walks up.
Ah, have anything to trade? Newcomers, you must have things to trade.
We might. We'll come back and talk to you. We got something to be.
Don't talk to him. Just keep walking.
Okay.
Can I interest you in some cards? Cards that I drew.
Oh.
Colored pencils.
Yes.
What do you have to trade for?
How many cards?
13 cards. Expertly recrafted from memory by a guild artisan.
They have
I-
magic to them too.
I have vials of poison and acid.
That sounds like deal. How many?
2 vials of poison or 2 vials of acid.
About one of each.
Okay.
Shake. Two.
That's why I laughed.
Spit on that thing.
See you just lick its hand.
All right.
That's insanitary.
You see him
As he's doing
pull out
that,
2,
I would like to slip.
hands him up.
Okay. Same time.
As
go.
he's distracted with Izzy, I will slip a gold piece into his pocket.
Okay. You see as it runs back towards this kind of like little makeshift hut thing that they've assembled, you hear it yell out, "I have cards!" You can hear it kind of come out from it. Why did you humor them? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's fun, but...
What? We gotta entertain our kobolds sometimes. What were the cards you gave?
Replicas of the one she has.
Izzy's call sign is officially kobold.
Daruk was not awake when you guys found the cards, so Daruk's
right.
like, yeah, you made some magic cards.
Definitely.
Have you been gathering them?
Got one of every color.
You got
Only 5? So, as...
Time to do.
Children's card game.
So as you continue walking, and as the path continues to weave, you eventually get to, and this takes the better part of like the remainder of the day. The path continues to weave, and you walk by an area where there are, similarly to one of the areas you've seen before, multicolored plants that you recognize as having been grown in a certain underground vivarium before. These ones above ground. Plants from the Underdark are being grown in common sight, and where you can smell that kind of that musk and humidity to the air. It's definitely present here.
Bag of molding.
You're an invasive species. Must be cleansed.
My eyes twitching. These don't belong here.
Well, technically no, but then again, we don't really either. But I mean, it's a place for us to be able to have as a home.
Ren's just like, oh, Izzy, look, there's that purple one that Cornford pointed out.
I'm not recalling.
Oh, you weren't with us.
Yeah.
Izzy, you're dead.
Yeah, that's exactly what.
Your dad really likes Cornford.
Oh yeah, your dad was still alive when we heard that.
Yeah, good times. Yeah,
And you were still dead.
yeah. It's super fun, guys.
You're still tracking the tornado of souls.
Yeah.
Just like your old dad used to love.
As Uranus then leads you past a few more buildings, and you continue walking along the path, you pass by a couple more of these ancient ruins and kobold kind of huts that they've assembled, before eventually getting towards what looks like almost a stronger elven structure, one that actually has more of a almost barracks kind of style battlement assembly to it. You recognize a bit of the architecture is more Just something that has a bit more size to it. But Vidir, again, being the one with his superior dark vision, sees that there is a looming shadow a little further off in the distance. And as Uranus sees you take notice of this and goes, that is the tower. Yeah.
Wow.
That's like a rot.
So if you want to talk to Inquisitor Nona, she's in there.
Oh, at top of a base level room, or
I think she's on the 3rd level. It's one shot up.
what was her name?
Inquisitor Eknona. Yeah,
Oh.
her full name is hang on, I had it here just a second ago. Sorry, getting my notes. Stuff. Eknona Mizrazish. Ms. Razish. She was the one who initially came up with the drow that came up from the Underdark. I was pretty young at that time, but grown and found my place here. It's kind of intense back then. I didn't really talk to her much. I still don't.
Still gonna talk sometimes.
Most drow leaders
That's
that we've encountered have been pretty intense, is a good word for them, yeah. Mhm. So serious.
Bit much sometimes.
Well, if you guys
Bit
want
much,
to talk to
ain't
her, I'll be out here with our new friend. Right? Does he? Brandon kind of. Yeah, I think you all should go up there first. Maybe not bring up the Darrow brain to the Inquisitor on first meeting her.
Gotta build up a rapport first.
Yeah, you probably should. Takes the brain from you. And as you approach, walking up towards the tower, there is one statue you see just before him. Warrior woman, proud, strong. Daruk, you would recognize her as Diana, the Queen Matron. And something worth mentioning, actually, let's see, you three. Yeah. Thorgirin, Vidir, Rin. You can make a history check.
Story. Oh wow, my history is actually not shit. It's not great, but it's not shit either.
It's not great, but it's not shit.
I mean, the roll was shit, but I mean, the bonus isn't that bad. It was a 7
7?
after, you know.
So, given maybe his more religious pursuits in recent time, Vidir, one thing that you're aware of that you've come to learn recently is that of the prime gods that exist on Istoria, pretty much all of them have some sort of major temple on Tasha, with one exception. Yep.
Huh. Who would be? Diana.
She's princess.
Why is she special?
It's cars.
She has a invisible airplane.
Oh, wait, sorry. Dana, I'm sorry. My brain auto-corrected it back the other way. Yeah.
What's she the goddess of?
Yeah, I mean, she's way major, so. So, as you walk up, you approach the doors to the temple. That's where we're going to call it.
What?
Thanks.
Oh,
It's 10 o'clock, yep.
that went fast.
Yeah.
Boom.
Come on, just 3 more hours.
Right, yeah.
Big deal.
Dude, my bro on Discord, we're doing a one shot, and he was talking about doing a 6-hour game. I was like, I don't even do that on my Tuesday Twitch game, bro. That's not gonna.
Yeah, it's pretty rare that I feel like I can actually hold a game for that long anymore. I mean, granted, if we're doing like a weekend game or something like that, we're doing a
Right, but it's a party environment. We
yeah,
got
exactly.
Food, we
And
got
you can also take breaks, which you can't really
Yeah.
do when we're on stream.
Breaks.
yeah, exactly. But even then, it's like that'd be like the once a month maybe kind of game versus this. So, all right, well done, guys. And yeah, definitely Daruk for just ending that encounter in a single
Right.
move, basically.
impressive, my friend.
Yeah.
Set him up, knock him down.
You missed one.
You missed it. All right. Her whole funk has been off since I tried to steal that deck.
Yeah.
You've angered the witch.
Don't worry about the hag. It was the witch you needed to.
Yeah, Rin's no longer a
hag's gonna get
sorceress. She's
replaced.
a witch.
I backed you up when dealing with Izzy, and then you killed the dog I was trying to make friends with.
Where was it gonna sleep?
I figure it out. Who do you think says it was going to come with us today? I was just trying to make it friendly.
By the time we slept. That dog?
That dog?
That
That dog with the fang?
Not
The dog might not have
getting
come
in
with
the hut,
us.
That dog.
That dog may have been a difficult sell, to be honest. I mean, it was, outwardly hostile, but it's not to say it couldn't
The
have been.
Gord-
Can you imagine
The
if
Gorgon-
we'd have
the
walked
Gorgon was
into the
outwardly
drow
hostile.
camp with that dog in tow?
Right.
Like, instant red flag.
Packs of these things have been hunting the drow for
Yeah.
knows how long.
Well, maybe some of them should have learned some animal handling.
Red
You ain't wrong.
flags
You're not
are
wrong.
us.
Well, with that, we're gonna go ahead and call the game, and we'll be back next week with a journey.
No.
Dog just popped up
Oh.
randomly on
There
our
we go.
isle adventure.
With
Our Hello
Thoru'Forek.
Kitty Isle adventure.
Yeah. And a, super nice lady.
There we go. Can somebody pull all those minis away?
You do what?
Slide all the minis out of the way,
You broke their gear in.
and then we can see Thoru'Forek.
Wait. Where are his feet?
Did he actually break?
Yeah, he's been broken.
I ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Daruk.
I'm gonna leave him all suit.
Oh no.
So what was that spell that you cast that obliterated the shit out of these things?
Destructive wave. It's
Good lord.
your Tempest Cleric things.
Tempest
Yeah,
Cleric.
It's good.
I like it.
Whole room like that, though.
Obliterated like half of the. Anyway, we'll
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. So then we'll get into the, all the bits about where this, what the Inquisitor has in mind and what resources he may or may not have access to within these spaces, depending on what your goals are.
Make friends.
She's in the tower. Just let us in the rod room.
Right? The what?
The rod room.
Give me
The
your
room
rod,
rods.
lady.
Let us touch your rod.
You better give it.
Yeah.
I'm here for your rod, lady.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, what? All right, so we'll be back next week with whatever that is all about. So, everyone have a good night.
See you guys.
Bye.